We are here. And we're going to start the night like this. Away, fond thoughts, and vexed my soul no more. Work claims my wakeful nights, my busy days, albeit bright memories of that sunlit shore, yet haunt my dreaming gaze. The haunting of the snark. Lewis Carroll. Welcome, welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary, that's right, the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know how we do. We've been doing this and doing this and doing this well. Welcome to episode 73. We've been doing this every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on YouTube. If you're watching and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe we're going to show you this evening. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills, all right? So we would like to thank the New York State Department of Cultural Affairs and the New York City Council on the Art for hosting these online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute. Every dollar counts and is meaningful, and we truly appreciate it, all right? Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoom verse, doing only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. All the way up in the BX. That's my dude. Also this evening, the one and only Matty Ice in the building, Storm Lake in the building. Make sure you show your love to Matthew Milo King is in the building this evening. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Make sure you're plugging in. Tonight's theme. That damn graveyard shift, right? Night vision. What would you do with night vision? How do predators benefit from night vision, right? I'm a big fan of nature shows, right? and I can see how the predators see at night, but their prey have horrible night vision. How do they take advantage of it, right? And when you're working the graveyard shift, it's a tough one, right? But it's a different breed, all right? So that's what we're looking at this evening. If your artwork is not on theme, that is still totally cool. We are still looking forward to all of the incredible genius that you are sharing with us this evening. Next week's theme coming at you. Timit Noski. Clear picture. This theme is Latin for know thyself. All right. If any of you are Matrix fans, this is the plaque that the Oracle had in her kitchen when Neo first came into her kitchen. And she said, you want to know what that means? It means know thyself. That's what this is, right? And a clear picture of yourself. All right. So that's what we're going to be looking at next week. For real. It's going to be an interesting one, folks. All right. So make sure you plug in. Here is a list of the upcoming themes, right? There are 3 more for this month, and they're all going to be heavyweight. All right. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. All right. And as you're coming to the mic, have your artwork ready, no matter what medium you're using, for the resident musicians who are in the building this evening, all right? And they are here. Make sure your original sound is set up so we can hear every strum of every note that you are singing or playing, all right? Artists, you got 3 minutes to rock, plus a 30-second intro. Let this world know how they can connect with all the things that you do. Also, before or after you get down, make sure you are plugging your information into the chat and changing your Zoom name to coincide with how you want people to connect with you. We have reached the time of night that all the sensitive ears should be headed to bed. All right, seriously. There are explicit lyricists in this community, and some may even bring about some triggering flashbacks. And I'm so serious about that. But the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we'll make sure that it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. Look around and get cute. Get the boot all the way from the BX or in Storm Lake. Trust and believe it's going down, all right? What we do is a living, breathing trigger warning, all right? Thou hast been warned. This is a true call and response space, all right? After these artists get up here and they share a true essence of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy, all of that exuberance with the audience and the artist. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway, and we're going to make sure it stays that way. So, unmute yourself and give all of that energy, all of that exuberance to your community. And listen, it will all be returned to you in every performance of every artist this evening. Trust and believe. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right, because signups begin 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you go to newyorican.org, click on full events calendar, and you need an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way you're getting on the guaranteed list, and they won't show up until 24 hours before the show. But some folks didn't even get their tickets until this morning. All right, so make sure you are checking in because sometimes the tickets don't always sell out on Wednesday night. So plug in, make sure. If you want a ticket, plug in, make sure. All right, tonight's list. Oh my goodness. Can you see all these incredible artists? You see all of this genius that came to get down with us this evening? So guess what? Let's get to it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good, good people? Nikki in the building, Yun in the building, the plug is here. Bonnie, great to see you. Ike Waltz is here. Joski, what's good? Baba is in the building, peace God. Brooklyn in the house, let's go. Bill Elkins, arguably the greatest backdrop in the business. I'm telling you, that downtown LA is something serious, ain't it? Downtown Long Beach to be specific. Listen, all the way across the pond, we see you, Lantern. Godchild, Poetic Desires in the building. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get it. Listen, as I am posting the information into chat, tonight's list into the chat, it is great to see you all. I hope all things are good with you. If you've been in the know, I personally think this is the fastest that the conclave has ever found the Pope. Just saying. And it's an American Pope. Y'all take that as you will. Y'all take that as you will. All right. As I'm posting the list into the chat this evening, let's get to it. All right, let's get to it. Coming up first, and I love starting the evening with this dude because he has such positive energy. His smile is always on point. Boom. I'm telling you, his energy, his rhymes are always on time. The one and only Eddie Foreman is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Eddie, it's always great to see you. Come on, man. Set it off.
Thank you, my bro. Like no other words like thunder. That makes our Thursdays even more sunnier. And thank you to our co-host that we love the most, that never boast. I think we quickly pick a pope so we all can cope. Seeing a little glimmer of hope, hopefully. But anyway, my name is Ed Potasso, fantastic. Please, it's time to join my rhyme. I got one poem, so it'll take too much time. This is called Threat of Fingernails. The threat of the problems never solve them. Clawing beneath my skin, marked skin without end. My worries hug me tight, tight with all his might. Anxiety took my sight robbed me of sunlight. Bound in darkness of the abyss, wishing it was a dream. Dreams of a million screams. Anxiety pressing my chest without any rest. I stare into the fear draws near. It started marking me covering bees. The buzzing in my ears crying endless tears. I just wanted to end. They could be, my friend. The torment wrecking havoc of making me sick. Someone reach out their hand disappear into sand. You have the golden key, the key to being free. Can you stare and see? See, you are the travesty. Roaring won't help at all. All you have to do is break the walls. Stop being completely helpless. You aren't helpless in the mist. You're breathing and alive. Don't stay alive in a beehive. Don't stay worried, but do something. Something is better than doing nothing. Thank you.
Something is indeed better than doing nothing. They say, what do they say? Silence is what? Come on, y'all. Y'all know it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for
Talent is talent
Poetastic.
is golden. Woo!
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Silence is simplicity.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
It's a perfect ending. Perfect ending.
Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie. This is how we do, sir. This is what we do, right? Every Thursday, we allow the artists to get down, share all of that positive energy. I love starting the night with you, Eddie. For real. You said ears cry endless tears. When you are tired of hearing the same old, yeah, they do start crying tears, right? The key to being free. You are breathing and alive. Make sure you do something about that, right? Don't waste your life being silent. Don't waste your life doing nothing. Make sure you are contributing to this world. For real. Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate you for always doing what you do, always bringing your positive energy. All right, folks, Starship's underway. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, yo, I got an email recently from a cat that just kind of reminded me of why I do what I do, giving me the motivation to continue to do what I do, right? It kind of reminded me of why I love doing this, why I love hosting the greatest community in the world. And this cat, I'm telling you, he has a way of just writing the type of poetry that sticks to your bones. And you're gonna find out why. The one and only Alan Gary is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take
Thank
it away.
you, Elemental and everybody. Friends, you're always invited to stop by 24/7, 365 to pop a comment or follow me on my Alan Gary Facebook page. Thank you. So tonight we have a theme, and our theme is the graveyard shift or night vision. Well, a lot of folks work that graveyard shift overnight, the hours where you're kind of solitary and it gives you time to think. Well, I've had time to think at many times in my life and envision to manifest. So I'm going to share a piece from my memoirs. And it's a little story about a time that I thought and someone who influenced me. So just as you may be overnight in a graveyard shift wherever you are, doesn't have to be at night. You could always make it manifest, whatever's in your heart. This is called You Can Do More. Professor Hess was my English teacher at a small college upstate New York. He was not a famous author, and I doubt he was wealthy. What he had to offer, however, was immeasurable. The treasure he bestowed upon me enabled me to become richer in my understanding of language. I could not calculate a value on his time and earnestness that he spent after class with me, but it was great. Hemingway's The Short Happy Life of Francis Macumber opened the semester in Professor Hess's English literature class. We were to read and analyze the story. I enjoyed reading it and wrote my analysis, then presented it to the class. While I believed my presentation was adequate, I also felt other students' work was more in-depth than mine. My teacher would gently prompt me to offer more insight as to my understanding of the work being discussed, and I would always rise to the challenge. I felt proud being able to reach deep inside. What came out was critical thinking. I was becoming more insightful and better able to express myself. One day, Professor Hess asked me if I would like to talk to him after class. He acknowledged that I was getting more adept at interpreting great literature, but he felt I could do better at writing my ideas. I agreed to meet with him. It didn't hurt that the opportunity could nudge my grade up to an A, but it was more than that. My mentor and I ended up having several talks. He was a great teacher because he did not judge me. He actively listened, and he asked me questions which helped me to better understand myself. His generosity of spirit as it pertained to education far exceeded most of my professors whom I later encountered when working toward my master's. While I did get an A for the class, I also received the greatest award life may bestow, knowledge. I learned that a person has the power to open the door for another, enabling them to walk through and realize their potential. Professor Hess believed in me. He saw my potential, and he meant it when he said, "You can do more." Thank you.
There is nothing in the world like a motivating educator. My goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Alan. Gary.
Alan, Gary, you are one of the most fortunate students that took advantage of the space that brother opened up for you. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure he did not have many of those meetings, but you saw there was light in whatever darkness there was, and you stepped up. God bless you all.
Thank you. Yes, you are correct, my friend. And I wish that upon everybody, having someone like that or realizing that they have it in themselves to touch another.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
but
I wrote in the comments, a teacher like that is just invaluable and you always remember them. And I only remember a couple, but they were very impactful to me. And it's really nice to hear you write about them because I never thought about putting that together, but really, that was really nice.
Thanks.
yeah, keep in mind, Alan, he approached you because he saw something in you, he saw a spark in you.
Yeah,
Very true.
I'm grateful.
Thank you for that, Alan. As a matter of fact, I was having that same conversation today. Shout out Ghost Rider. I was having that same conversation today with one of my best friends about how he had a conversation with his professor after office hours, right? And it allows you to kind of get a deeper understanding about the professor that you're learning from, right? But it also allows the professor to get a deeper understanding about his students, right? And that kind of helps the knowledge just flow a little bit more seamlessly, right? So thank you for bringing that seriously, right? He was a great teacher because he did not judge me. Like, that's where that's where the true education is, right there. The greatest award that life may bestow, right? He saw my potential. Every educator is not there to see what's beyond the obvious. But when you run across an educator like that, definitely show them love, definitely appreciate them, because they definitely help you go beyond what you thought you could do. Thank you, Alan, for what you do. I'm telling you, that dude is like Dr. Chicken Soup, man. He just finds a way. I'm telling you, every time. Appreciate you, Alan, truly. All right. Coming up next, this incredible author. Listen, and I'm so behind the time. Forgive me. Author of Four Crescents, contributor to Love Letters to Gaia, author of Black Calculus, Evaporating Rage. This Pushcart nominee is one of my favorite artists because he does something with words that fencers do with foils. He always scores. I'm telling you, watch and see. The one and only Norm Mathematics is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please, Math, take it away.
Here we go. Good evening. I do believe that both of these pieces that I got are on theme and on point. And sometimes the muse is the educator, trusting me with the words that they're sending me. So I'm going to put them together like this. First piece, The Long Goodbye. A good night followed by a good morning thereafter. A forever slumber followed by a multitude of tears, none my own. Always waiting for the goodbye that was never spoken, an absence that speaks volumes about times after now and places away from here. A thin veil hangs between both and divides neither. I'm ready to visit my fathers. Will I be leaving or arriving? Both at the same time. Next piece, A Walk in the Dark. A wind blows off the river. Chilled trees huddle together, shivering. A tornado of leaves spin across streets, slips on black ice, loses balance, stumbles on a field of bricks. Somewhere down the block, the shatter of glass chimes, crashes against the dark silence. Sky-crafted diamonds fall from above, drift into a neat pile, form a white headband, half circles my stingy brim. Wind-blown shards slice my vision in two. One-eye microscopes, one-eye telescopes. Somewhere in between, the ground still shakes. Peace.
I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you keep your composure and still breathe like these category 4 or 5 hurricanes out of your throat, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for the maestro.
Beautiful. Am I leaving or arriving?
Hey, right, Joski, right.
Wow.
Wow.
It's the same door.
It's the same door. So
Absolute.
clearly, this dude is like, KRS-One, all right? I think very deeply up in this building. What you do, Math, is very calculated. Clearly, that was a little too obvious. But how you do it, right? As I mentioned, this cat is a former fencer. When I mentioned that in his introduction, and he scores points very strategically, right? Sometimes the muse is the educator, is what he said, right? Always waiting for the goodbye that was never spoken, right? Will I be leaving or arriving both at the same time? Man, like your words are so heavy, but always delivered so lightly. Like you're stepping on the clouds to get to us, but your words sound like thunder claps. Like, thank you, Math, for doing what you do and making time to share it with us. You're incredible, sir. We appreciate you. All right. Coming up next. Oh, I always look forward to this poet coming through, right? Because she brings something very necessary and something very real to us that I think we all need to hear. Love hearing this poet. The one and only Bonnie Soloway is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you, Bonnie. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you so much, Elemental. I was actually going to read a piece that I wrote a while back about George Floyd, because his anniversary of his murder is coming up. But in my searching, I found a couple of older pieces that are still relevant today. And I had completely forgotten about them. And I went back to make sure I didn't read them. But anyway, I would call these diet rage, you know. So I'm not sure how many of you guys are familiar with The Handmaid's Tale, but this first one is called The Handmaid's Fashion Show. And it's very short. And I'm going to start with a quote from Margaret Atwood, who's the author, who said, "When I wrote The Handmaid's Tale, nothing went into that had not happened in real life somewhere at some time," which is, it really impacted me to think about that. Anyway, there's a little bit, a little light. Do you have different sizes? Can you look in the back? I prefer something slimmer, not so much like a sack. Maybe a belt to cinch in the waist, gold, black, or white, whatever your taste. I see some potential with a scarf or a pin. Even cloaks need a little differentiation. What's that you say? This is all you have, one size for all, so no one gets mad? There must be more colors. Menstrual red's kind of flat. And I'd rather not wear that white bonnet hat. You say you have lip rings for women like me. How maniacally clever, and you give them out free. To ensure women's silence when out and about. Oh, like Sharia law, when only men have the clout. Well, hey, I'm just a visitor who got off the wrong stop. Forgive the intrusion. I'll go elsewhere to shop. It appears I've arrived to a land unforeseen. I'll just mosey on back to my blue time machine. This one's called Hello Fascism. Little tongue-in-cheek thing from back in the day. Hello Fascism, surprised to see you today. How'd you cop that there visa to the US of A? Aren't you busy enough in the dank, chilly cold of lawless dictators' ethnocentric strongholds? After 2.5 centuries of freedom secured, speech, press, and religion, personal rights marching forward. Little by little, step by step, women's health rights annihilated. You part of all that? 10-year-old girls, some states guarantee, must carry in birth a rape or incest progeny. Religion back in schools, some governments too. Show me where the Constitution says, what would God do? Ignoring the dark racist truth of our ways, forging fake history rewrites with banned books set ablaze. Classics removed from library shelves as if intellect and curiosity can just be expelled. Fascism, truth won't eradicate, try as you will. You can twist, stretch, or arrest it. It'll always prevail. Like battling that mosquito and trying to sleep, swatting at air. Truth will still bite you deep. Truth can be tortured, strangled, or shot. A note to all fascists. You can't kill off thoughts. So how long are you staying? Don't mean to offend. Does that visa expire? I'm just asking for friends. Friends who see clearly your footholds of fear. Friends who know freedom may not persevere. Friends clawing and fighting to have equal rights. What's that? Can you crash at my place tonight? Why, fascism, you flirting with a nice Jewish girl? Oh, zip that thing up, your ulterior motives unfurled. You're a macho man, powerful, charismatic to boot, but the ways of your past are darn hard to refute. Dare I swipe right to make it a date, host meet and greets, whatever it takes for every damn person to understand why, if fascism stays, democracy dies. Fascism, oh fascism, I just can't oblige. Your housing request is being denied. Hop in though, I'll take you right back to your gate. Before that, their visa expires its date. Fascism, tell me why strong men hate freedom so much and perpetrate fear with a killer's cruel touch. How do you punish and torture with such effortless ease and are so goddamn fearful of disloyalty? Why do you manufacture scapegoats to further your plans? Oh, wait, I see now. It's your tiny small hands. The end.
It's your tiny small hands. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bonnie Soloway.
Yeah.
Wonder who she's talking about, huh?
That's how you end the poem, man. That's how you end the poem.
Yeah.
Tiny small hands, boy.
Yes, we all remember that.
It's just such a great idea, the basic thing of having a conversation with fascism. And I like the whole, your poem is sort of like the newspaper. And I like that too. It just keeps kind of talking back to how we're talked down to all the time. Glad to see you here again.
Yeah. I wrote this in 2022, so I've been at the fascist game for years, and I feel like when I looked at it's just the same as today, basically.
Exactly
Unfortunately.
correct.
You said
Absolutely.
you've been at the fascist game for 2022, but fascism has been at the fascist game long before that. Amazing, Bonnie. Amazing. From the Handmaid's Fashion Show to Hello Fascism. I love when you come through and you really spit it out the way that you do. We need to hear your voice more often because your perspective is very valuable. She said, how did you cop that there visa? Right? Banned books set ablaze. And I hope that y'all heard her say that, right? Because so many of the books that we need to hear from, that we need to learn from, they're pushing them out and they're replacing them with the 10 Commandments. Make sure y'all pay attention to that. You can't kill off thoughts. Just saying. Right? As fascism stays, democracy dies. Like, as the Jedi Master would say, I need that on my wall. That's one of those one-liners, right? That definitely needs to go up on a wall. Thank you, Bonnie, for doing what you do. We love your voice. We love when you come through. Don't be a stranger. Plus, with the craziness going on in the world, like, we need your voice. Truly appreciate you. Truly. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, I mentioned this gentleman earlier. I like to call this cat the folk singer of our generation because his songs are written so beautifully. His musicianship, his musicality. He's just one of those cats that all of his songs that he writes finds a way to reach you. And listen, you're about to find out why. The one and only Bill Elkins is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Bill. Always great to see you, sir. Please, take it away. We will get there, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second. 1 second. We will get there. We can't hear you yet, Bill. We are getting there. There we go. Go ahead, Bill.
All right, thank you. Anyway, today in Long Beach is probably the nicest day so far of 2025 weather-wise. I mean, it's warm. I got the windows closed so you can't hear the traffic or the sirens out there, but it's warm in here. Anyway, I'm going to do a song I wrote. It's a song really about my love for California and the mountains out here and the ocean over here. I can see it all from my place here. And it's called California Sunshine Spring. Hope you like it. Wild spring flowers blossom under deep blue sunny sky. April showers nourish plus greenery ever so far and wide. Majestic snow atop our mountains melt, unveiling gray and alpine green. The mighty Pacific unleashes titanic force upon our beaches, coast and stream. California sun burns off coastal fog, warming our mountains, desert and land. We absorb its warmth while we play in our parks, fields and sand. We plunge ourselves into cold waters to give our bodies an effervescent shock. We honor the night when we gaze at stars dancing to the circadian clock. What an existential treat to awaken to a springtime breeze. What an existential thrill to awaken to a springtime chill. All living things dance and sing in Mother Nature's fluorescent dream. California sunshine spring, or is it Mother Nature's pubescent fling? California sunshine spring. Wild spring flowers blossom under deep blue sunny sky. April showers nourish plus greenery ever so far and wide. Majestic snow atop our mountains melt, unveiling gray and alpine green. The mighty Pacific unleashes titanic force upon our beaches, coast and stream. What an existential treat to awaken to a springtime breeze. What an existential thrill to awaken to a springtime chill. All living things dance and sing in Mother Nature's pubescent dream. California sunshine spring, or is it Mother Nature's pubescent fling? California sunshine spring, yeah, California sunshine spring. Thank you, everybody. That's
You know,
all there
Bill,
is.
you have a way of just clearing the air, right? your lyrics, your just essence just seems to fill us with the brightest of energy. Man, I love what you do. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bill Elkins.
Yeah, I thought that was, as you said, elemental. It's so important, Bill, because your voice and is so smooth, and we have to be reminded that there is still a lot of beauty and love around, and it's very easy to forget that. So it's always nice to be reminded. It's almost mandatory in a way that we take some time
Very
to remember
therapeutic.
that. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
I appreciate your input on that, Bonnie. You're right.
Yeah, like what Elemental said too. That song had this really timeless feel to it. It's like if somebody told me that was written 50 years ago, it would seem appropriate. It just was so timeless.
And
That's
the
what I was going to
sunshine.
say. Yeah.
No, go ahead, Bill. Oh,
That's
right.
what I was going to say. Yeah.
Right.
Now it reflects my view of California. I'm just in a view here where I can see the mountains. I see downtown LA. Over here, see the Queen Mary and the Pacific Ocean. I'm just very fortunate to be in the spot I'm in. So it's pretty easy to get inspired when you have a setting like this.
And the sunshine looks great in the back, and we see the cars, but you're depriving us of traffic noise, because you close your windows. James, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, it's like a steam
Yeah, I was
room in
just,
here when I close the windows.
Paul pretty much said what I was going to say. It's just, you could have told me that was a, Pete Seeger era tune or something that somebody just put out last week. It holds up all the way across, decades. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It truly is refreshing, right? I know you had that, like that in your lyrics, but it really is. With all the craziness and the madness that's going on and the things that we hear on the television and the radio, it's really, really refreshing to hear something like that, to hear something positive, right? And then the way that you play it, the way that you wrote it, the way that you sing it, it really is helpful, Bill. Like, I don't know if you know that, but it really does help to cleanse our energy. We are thankful every time you come through and you share your music. It's pretty incredible, sir. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it with us. We truly appreciate you. And you know what? California is like that, right? It's one of the few places in the world where you can get the mountains, you can get the snow, you can get the water, you can get the rain, and it's all within like a few hours, right? 4 or 5 hours from each other. You can be at the highest elevation or you can be on the beach. It's amazing. And for you to be in the middle of that, Bill, and represent that, absolutely amazing. You do a fantastic job of it. Thank you. All right. Coming up next, the plug is in the building. This cat right here, every time he comes through, man, he brings the work for real. For real, man. Shout out DG Clearing. Shout out iInspiration. Shout out the Poet Organization, man. This cat comes through and really, like, I feel his energy. He has been coming through for a while, putting in that work. Listen, y'all, prepare yourself for the one and only James Hamilton in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
Thank you. You guys, just all you have to do is key in hashtag James Hamilton Poet into any search engine or anything like that, and I will come up. I've been out on the road for 6 weeks promoting my newest book here, Dope Words. If you guys don't have it, hit me up in the chat and I'll send you a copy. So I'm just going to go ahead with this and run it out. I know it's like night vision is the theme today. So I kind of put this together. I drive at night, I sleep in hotels, and I dream. So that's kind of what came out. 12:34, Shannon passed on Vinegar Hill, collapsed on Tailgate and Airstream to watch the road reflected back on its fat, shiny ass. Prolapsed asphalt, time continued, convoluted signs point to exit 65. Enter episode live on the road, ghetto motel manifesto, stories made to be told. Rabid dog, safe, stale, unconscious, bug, snug, rugged, needle dream, sleep, frequencies, nightmares, detail, past, inequities, incongruencies, condensed to 432 hertz of black, static drone ambiguity, dope dreams. The syringe is empty, leaving him screaming, leaning toward procession or confession, recollection on definitively horrible indiscretions. And he wakes up wet and shaken, but straight. There is hip hop created in Cherry Valley that the establishment does not want you to hear. It tells the truth. I listen at night because they don't know what my ears do when the day ends and the night comes through. Tonight, there is a wife on the shore of Lake Michigan who misses her husband. He left nearly 5 years ago, walked out the door. Neither of them can remember exactly why. Who was right or who was wrong doesn't exactly matter anymore. While he dreams, she spends her time rock hunting on the northwest side of town. Concrete jungle, gutter snipes bleed her dry daily in exchange for the collected works of unknown Colombian jungle labor, Arm& Hammer, and nearly 50 years of obscenity. Do you believe in debauchery? She is her and he is he. Graciously, I died before and came back adjacent. Parallel reality, dimensional security. I am not the same as I was before. Restrung vibrational frequency, same 432 hertz, same static C, nothing hurts more. It's a pain today to struggle at where I am, where to go, how to be me. Post dope dreams and memories, post-traumatic stress acronym, tack on a D. Mimic, cognizant, chameleon, dissident, hide us all. 1, 2, 3. And that's that P.
Yo, y'all heard what he said. I see the Jedi Master jumped on that shit too, right? Heavyweight. Unmute yourself. Give it up for James Hamilton. What?
Yeah, I think Jack Kerouac just woke up and took notice.
All right.
Yeah.
Kerouac was with Edgar Allan Poe in the car on the way to go see him in the desert.
Yeah.
I love poets. I love poets so very much, right? Because we do exactly that. Do you believe in debauchery? Like, I feel like that should be a political group's tagline. Do you believe in debauchery? Like, that, it's just so beautiful. I love how you deliver your work, right? I don't hear anyone else in your work, right? And I want you to know that's a compliment, because what I mean by that is you don't sound like Bonnie, you don't sound like Lantern, you don't sound like Math, you don't sound like Eddie, you don't sound like some of the folks that people just kind of gravitate towards and feel like, oh, my work has to sound like this in order to be great. You sound exactly like James Hamilton. You sound exactly like the plug that I've heard from day one. I need you to keep exactly with that. Amazing, sir. For real. And the brick, the brick wall behind you, I still don't know. Every time I see you in front of that, I don't know if you're holding it up or if it's holding you up, man. That is just dope. For real, man. I appreciate you, man, for doing what you do. Shout out High Inspiration. For real. Shout out the Poet Organization, man. For real. Shout out DG Clearing. Plug is the business. Appreciate you, man, for coming through. All right. Coming up next, Brooklyn in the building. This incredible storyteller continues to come through with some of the most intricate and oh my gosh. Like you'll find out why I'm at a loss for words when you hear this poet. She continues to come through with some of the most incredible stories that I've ever heard. And you're about to find out why I say that. The one and only Markencia is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, man. Please take it away.
You can find me here. Women, socialized, conditioned to be sweet and nice, often not believed. When they gather enough courage to speak and come forward, they're forced to relive their trauma and get pushed back, spat in the face, and disgraced. What were you wearing? At what time did this occur? Were you in danger? Did you try to escape? Did you say no? Did you fight back? Perpetrators at no fault of their own, free to roam, take another turn and circle the block again. Physical act, not the charm, but power over body and mind. Call police or go to the local precinct. Do not change your clothes or shower. Get to a hospital. Spread them, they say. Testing for rip and tear, forced entry, semen, sexually transmitted diseases, oral, anal, vaginal penetration by object or phallus. As of February 14th, 2012, V-Day is recognized as a global campaign against violence on women and girls. 1 Million Rising seeks to make them into survivors. According to the National Sexual Violence Resource Center, 1 in 5 women, 18.3%, and 1 in 71 men, 1.4%, in the United States have been raped or in their lifetime, including through forced or attempted forced penetration, as well as alcohol or drug-induced forced penetration. Battered women, victims of domestic violence, often murder their husbands or intimate partners as a means of self-defense. Although a criminal act and offense, literature support that battered women who murder their husbands or intimate partners should be interviewed and acknowledged from a trauma-informed perspective, seeing them as victims first. Scholar and Rizpa coined the term victim defendants. Thank you.
There really is no easy way to address that subject. I mean, no easy way. Whether it's in a poem, whether it's in a soliloquy, I don't care. There's no easy way to address it, but you do an amazing job of it. Damn it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Markencia.
Powerful, powerful.
And it's so important to remember, because if it doesn't happen to you, you tend to gloss over. But I'm reminded every day now that the P. Diddy trial is going on, and my mind was just totally blown that for so many years he could get away with that, abusing men and women. And it just, I don't know, there's something wrong with people's brains. But anyway, that was a beautiful piece.
Yeah, people are talking about what I'm going to mention. It's, you know, you really put your journalistic technique to such a fine purpose with this poem, because you perfectly illustrated the closed loop this whole thing is, from the victimizer to the person who's victimized to all the services that are supposed to be there to rely on, which really just perpetuate in their own way the violence by the way they treat the victim. It was such a revelation to me, that phrase you use where, you know, the people who are there to help the victim see them first as a victim, you know, like they're like a subject in an experiment. They're not a person who's been harmed, you know, an individual. So I found that poem really so precise and so kind of expert in distilling all this and really just showing what a closed loop it is. There's nobody doing anything from outside that loop, and that's really what needs to be done.
I have to agree. I have to agree, sir. Right? Victims are only patients. They walk into a hospital. They're just patients with problems, right? And they fall in a list, right? If it bleeds, it leads. Kind of like, kind of like communication, right? If it bleeds, it leads. So, and listen, shout out to Outlaws. I heard a poem last night from a poet who was talking about sexual abuse was not rape enough. So the the police didn't necessarily want to take it as an entire issue. So I love the fact that you do what you do, Markencia, and you take these horrible situations and you turn them into beautiful stories, right? And listen, I'm a fan of the show that talks about special victims, and you really brought it out so magnificently. You said, "Do not change your clothes or shower," and that's one of the main things that they talk about in sexual assault victims. Do not do those things because you could be, taking away from the opportunity to catch the person or the violator of this person. Um, the statistics that you mentioned, you can't argue with the numbers, right? And as a means to self-defense, people, please. She mentioned men and women who have been raped in their lifetime. Please protect yourself, please. Thank you, Markencia, for doing what you do. You're absolutely amazing at it. One more artist, and we are gonna go to halftime. Coming up next, this incredible artist. I can't talk about this cat enough. He has more work on the way. Author of Mirror, Mirror on the Wall and Reflections. Author of Scopiti, like graffiti, Scopiti. This incredible artist, I never know what he's gonna do, right? Sometimes he'll bring a lullaby to his daughter. Sometimes he will bring an incredible story. I like to call this cat the Vincent Price of poetry. The one and only Ike Waltz is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, Ike. Please, take it away.
First, let me respond to Alan Gary, what he talked about. In 1969, I became a student at the Academy in Berlin, joining a class where 12 of the 14 students were outright geniuses. I wished everybody to have the opportunity to join such a class. By the way, the professors were sitting in the back, listening. US Press and the 2025 World Press Freedom Day. I had been invited to write a piece for this year's World Press Freedom Day. Firstly, let us face the American press per May 2025. While it may seem like you have limitless options, most of the media you consume is owned by one of 6 companies. In 2023, the 6 largest media companies in the United States were Comcast, the Walt Disney Company, Charter Communications, Warner Brothers Discovery, Paramount, Global, and Netflix. These 6 companies represent a significant concentration of media ownership and influence. And then the United States press is ranked 55 in the 2024 World Press Freedom Index. Furthermore, the US is ranked 55 out of 180 countries and territories, according to Reporters Without Borders. This represents a significant drop of 10 places from the previous year, marking a historic decline. Despite solid legal safeguards, however, the US Press Freedom Tracker reports that the number of journalists temporarily detained or harmed while covering turmoil and protests is on the rise. The number of journalists arrested and criminally charged jumped from 13 in 2018 to 59 in 2021. In the same period, the number of assaults on journalists jumped from 47 to 145. Hence my poem, US Press and the 2025 World Press Freedom Day. The American press created Trump 2015-2016. Good rating money was made overnight. Indeed. The American press enjoyed Trump's 6th of January 2020 insurrection. High ratings, good money was made overnight. Indeed. The American press had learned nothing from history, like Martin Niemöller, does not want to learn anything from history, like Germany, Again, promoted a Hitler and Mussolini, fascism, insane. Sorry, it said Trump 24, As good ratings money was to be made overnight. It's just the American way. The American press loves Trump, has been ordered to love Trump, the CEOs seem to say. And they can milk Trumpism as good rating money is to be made overnight, indeed, the CEOs say. The American press loves a MAGA freak show. As Trump makes money overnight, let's fire the naysayers. I am good money indeed, Trump says. The American press does not care. Whatever hurts the nation, it's a short-term hype. And it surely sucks. There is no long-term plan. 2024 World Press Freedom rated the US press being number 55 in the world. Mind you, there are exceptions, few and far, but alarmingly lesser every day. The land of the greedy and corrupt. And yes, I screw you before you screw me. Sorry, I learned this too. The American press brainwashed the brave and the free into autocracy, dreaming that there's money to be made. But for whom? They don't say. Corporations are people. That's why we can sell the lot. Buy the lot. Follow the leader. Trust this leader, our Trumpster God. And MAGA stupidity dissolves our obese brain, feeds our money-hungry breasts. It's our daily freak show, okay? Our daily nightmare, our press, where our freak show is our only claim to fame. Okay. Let's fire these last radical speak-out truthster journalists, as in truth there's no money to be made. So, brother, sister, look harder for these freedom fighters. They are indeed in need for your support, saving our America the Beautiful. Thank you.
It's amazing to me how your voice can be so soft and so calm, but still be so violent and deadly, sir. I don't know how you do it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike. Whoa!
This was so good to me because, it's a kind of poetry this place just holds itself wide open to. and so many other places, this would not even be considered poetry because it's such a heavy mix of, it's a kind of a hybrid in a sense. It's a cross between documentary and poetry. And it's like, where does the document end and the aesthetic art begin? And it's just so integrated in your work. And it's, Markincia's piece was like this too. And I just want to say, we owe the New Eurekan Poets Cafe for encouraging this kind of poetry and keeping itself open as a place where this kind of poetry can be done. Thanks for that, Ike. I think whoever is the editor of the poetry stuff for that event is going to feel a little bit admonished.
First of all, we will get to our resident Gilgamesh at some point this evening. But your critiques are always on point, Paul Skiff, and I thank you for your commentary. You truly give your colleagues breath. If I didn't know that you were such a soft-spoken, incredible poet, I would think you're a fucking problem, sir. For real. Like you do some incredible things, right? You said you were a member of a class full of geniuses, and the professors were in the back listening. How many times have you been in a classroom where the professors were in the back listening to the students? That just means that you were meant to be in that class. You were supposed to be in that class. Those classes aren't filled accidentally. Just saying. The American press has learned nothing from history. Questionable. Right? Hitler and Mussolini, of course. Of course, right? I referenced that in one of my new poems. The American press loves a MAGA freak show. I mean, I would think that's called a speech in RNC, a rally, land of the greasy and corrupt, our Trumpster God. And I'm gonna let your colleagues dismantle that one. But you're always on point, sir. I love the fact that you always have your finger on the pulse. And I cannot wait to hear how you decipher what's going on, what has happened today, and what has happened in the recent days in this country. Thank you, Ike, for always being so very clear and always being so very focused on delivering, almost like delivering the news to our community every week. We truly appreciate you. All right. Before we move on, we are going to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse. Shout out Matty Ice. The one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be all the way up in the BX. What's good, Ron? How you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling okay. What another powerful night here. Appreciate your hosting here, Elemental, on Thursdays. Your themes, obviously, and all the great poetry, whether it's to the theme or whether it's to current events. Much appreciated. All right. I am Ron Mark Thompson. I work in the programs and operations team at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. For all of us watching here on Zoom, thank you for, participating here. For those in the YouTube live stream, hello. Thank you for watching. Indigo Pie, I saw you in the YouTube chat earlier. If you're still watching, thank you. We hope we get to see you in Zoom very soon again, but I appreciate everyone. And as Elemental mentioned, I am starting today. I am no longer the only tech assistant here in the background. Matthew Marroquin has joined us on Thursdays. Many of you may know him. He's been no stranger to the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. He's been with us with Voices and Vibes. He guest hosted here, the online open mic once. He guest hosts, the Monday Bowery Slams. And now starting today, he's going to help out on the tech end. Some nights it'll be both of us, but then most nights you always have at least one of us helping out. So Matthew, we really appreciate you. Much appreciated for all the work you do. All right, so we are currently closed, the New Regan Poets Cafe, but we are continuing all of our programming during the reconstruction of our building. If you happen to be in the New York City metro area, stop by on Mondays. Actually, I almost forgot, Matthew actually won this past Monday. It was so funny because he actually was in the lottery spot that Monday, and his powerful poetry got him all the way to round 2, and he won by 0.1 point. So Matthew, we appreciate you, and we're looking forward to see you hopefully soon in the future online, not online, on the Final Friday Slam. But if you are in the New York City metro area, come by on Mondays, Bowery Poetry Club, 6:30 p.m. the doors open. That's our poetry slam, and everyone who wins there gets an invite to Fridays, last Friday of the month at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. We were virtual last month, but we are returning back Midtown Puerto Rican Traveling Theater on Friday, May 30th, 9:30 p.m. You can already get your tickets online, or you can get them at the door. And if you want to see how our Final Friday Slams are done, watch last month's virtual Final Friday Slam. It is on our YouTube channel in the live section. We live streamed it, and if you're not in New York City, you can get experience our Final Friday Slams. Elemen2al happened to be one of the judges. Tony McPherson hosted, and Luna Rossa, who's one of the hosts on Mondays, she happens to be the DJ on Fridays. And if you want to know more about our poetry slams, head to our website, newregan.org/slam. Also in person, we are continuing our open mics at the Lois Sider Center, first Wednesday of the month, Women Orator Wednesday, hosted by somebody's mama. We just hosted one yesterday. Very powerful night. It was a great turnout. Kai Giovanni featured. She won on one of the Mondays previously. If you missed it, go to our YouTube channel. We live streamed it as well. Thank you to the Lois Sider Center staff for that. And you can watch that. Or come in person next week on the second Wednesday, and then 2 weeks thereafter, it's Saul Preem's turn for the open mic. There will be an announcement during that open mics as well this month, so stop by if you can. And also to give you advance notice, there will be no in-person open mics in the summer at the Lois Sider Center in July and August, but we have plenty of other programming coming up during that month, including we are returning back to New Jersey, where Matthew is zooming in from NJPEG. We are back there with Dodge Poetry, so check out this. But not to forget that many of you are not from the New York City metro area. We do have our online offerings, including our Poetry Slam workshop. Tony McPherson hosts that, second Tuesday of the month. It's coming up this coming Tuesday, May 13th. That one is free thanks to Poets and Writers, and we got a grant from them, and you can get your tickets online on our calendar. And we also have our Know Thyself meditation and stream of consciousness poetry workshop. That one is facilitated and taught by Charlie Vasquez, first and third Saturday of the month. Next one coming up is May 17th. There are many more programs that I didn't have time to mention here. We're going to be in Brooklyn not this Saturday, but next weekend on Saturday, together with Uprose. There will be an open mic and featured performers there. We're going to host an in-person workshop at the former Studio One on 4th Street, Cooper Square. That'll be on May 31st, which is a Saturday. We're going to be at the Poetry Festival in July. So for any and all of this, just head to our calendar, newregan.org/calendar. Also, I want to remind everyone we are a non-for-profit organization. Our online open mics here on Thursdays are free. Some of our other events are ticketed, but that doesn't cover all all of our expenses, including the Zoom here, the technology to operate, all the live streams in person and online. So we always appreciate donations. You can either go to newregan.org/contribute to donate, or when you get your Artist House repeat ticket on Wednesdays or Thursday mornings for the online open mic. And we also started our Patreon subscription and Patreon site where you can get to see exclusive videos and events that we are not putting up on YouTube. So those will be available for you for $10 a month. And last but not least, I also want to remind everyone we do host workshops, especially for schools, high schools. Now, when the cafe was open before we closed it, we invited them to come to our cafe. The building is closed right now. So what we do, we either go to the school if it's within, New Jersey or New York, or the school can come to visit, and we will hold a workshop in a library or at the Loy Cider Center. So if you need any information about this, if you are a teacher or if you know of a school, if you want your children's teacher, to book a workshop with us, go to newregan.org/offerings, and there you will find all the information. All right, that is from me about what's coming up, but I can now go back who is coming up next on our performance list, and this is somebody who is hailing from New York City, who I got to meet times in person, and we are happy to always welcome him here on Thursdays online. Baba and Goma, I'm so happy to have you back. The floor is all yours. You know how it goes. Welcome back, Baba and Goma.
Thank you. You can hear me? Good. I'm good?
You're good, loud and clear.
Aha. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes, I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. A long way from home. Mama told me that prayer changes things. So I'm praying for enough steel to keep it real. Cause death is the only door out of here, but we be scared to leave our bodies. This body's been kicked around long enough. It wasn't supposed to last forever, and my soul cries out to be free. Besides, the only thing constant is change. So I'm sitting meditating on the one when a b-boy in his boombox scared my spirit guides away. And I'm lost on a rat race trying to understand something. I'm lost on a rat race. Oh no. Mama taught me that prayer changes things. I'm praying for no steel to keep it real, cause death is only door out of here. We're scared to leave our bodies. This body's been kicked around long enough. It wasn't supposed to last forever, and my soul cries out to be free. Besides, the only thing constant is change. So I'm sitting meditating on the one when I b-boy in this boombox scared my spirit guides away. I'm lost on a rat race trying to buy shit my TV said I need to survive. And I'm searching for freedom, but I can't find it anymore. So I'm on a vision quest, trying to find a way up out of this mess. I'm walking through the park, talking to the trees. They got a protest going on against giving up their lives for cashmas. And the local snowmakers union won't cross the picket line till Santa kicks in with some kickback. So 75 degrees in New York in December. It seemed like the whole damn universe is under attack by the greedy as they plunder the world, exploiting the needy. So I'm rolling 7 ounces deep in mysticism. I meditated till the lights went out, but Con Ed wasn't hearing it. Not even an ohm could cut the darkness. And I'm burning 7 candles, trying to find the light of God inside. But she's busy down at the Salvation Army. Healing a veteran who was shot by a 10-year-old white kid with a Tech 9 from Oregon. Seemed like Faith was raped of her charity and everything seems hopeless. So I'm hanging out in poetry circles trying to find the truth. But all I get is soft porn stroking my ego to erection with no satisfaction. Too many poets doing nothing well, and I'm searching for substance. Something I can take home. There's not enough meat to fill a doggy bag, so I stick to vegetarianism like a religion, trying to ward off starvation. I'm chanting for peace and justice, but Kevin Banks was murdered by the new weapon of choice. A killer cop's 2-way radio to the head, killed him dead. No backup needed, no caution needed. And I'm praying for Judah. He's laying face down, spread eagle on the concrete, jacked up on the corner of 112th Street. Ooh, I'm sorry, but I can't remember this damn poem. It's in my book. You can get the book. The book is called I Didn't Come Here to Tap Dance. Hit me up and I'll give you all the info. This poem is 20 years old and I just can't remember it. I'm really sorry about all of that, but here we go. Pow, Papa.
Yo, peace to the God, for real. Unmute yourself, give it up for Baba. It's
Come on.
Nothing
Come
like
on.
being real. Nothing like being real. Goma.
I'm sorry about that.
It's a good
Thanks for
ad-lib.
the drumming. The drumming was so beautiful. Thank
That's
you.
the first time I tried to do it with drumming. I'm
Bravo.
just getting to be able to do that. So it's kind of like, okay. And I just decided to do that poem this evening. So it's kind of like, okay.
Always great to
Better luck next week.
No, that was great. It's always great to try new things. That's amazing. And how you wove in your book promo, that was just ingenious. I loved it.
The drum is like a second voice.
Totally.
It took over when you couldn't remember. It didn't matter because we were still, loving the drums.
Okay. Facts.
Yeah, there's not, you can't outdo honesty and I mean, the hair on the back of my neck stood up just because your honesty and your improv were so on point. So
Improv was part of the poem, wasn't it?
super.
Wasn't it?
There was
Come
no
on,
forgetting.
Yeah, it ended up being that for real.
Like, listen, when you become the instrument and the universe is playing you, amazing things happen, right? Listen, I know that poem. I'm familiar with that poem. And as soon as he switched into Universal, it was like, oh shit, we in for something else, y'all. For real. The way the drum was beating, the way that had your heartbeat going, right? It didn't leave room for the original poem anymore. It really didn't, right? The universe was saying, oh, I need you to say this now, right? Because you've gone beyond this poem. You've gone beyond the words on the page, right? And I think that's why you were just like, oh, the words don't matter anymore, right? And the universe compelled you to say what you said. That is what freestyle is. It's a next level spirituality is what freestyle is, right? And when you give yourself to the drum, to the music, that's exactly what happens. Man. Like, we were all here for that though, right? Everybody in the building, we were all here for that. We all witnessed that. We all experienced that. That was amazing, sir. That was amazing, right? Whole damn universe is under attack by the greedy. No doubt. No doubt. hanging out in poetry circles trying to find the truth. That's why we're all here every Thursday night, sir. Trying to find the truth. Thank you. Thank you, Baba, for doing what you do. Peace to the gods and the earth for the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding for everything that they do. Appreciate you, God. Truly. Peace to Oshun Yo Yen. Listen, before we move on, make sure you show your love to RMT. For real. All the way up in the BX. That's my dude. Mission Control always make sure shit runs smoothly. Shout out Matty Ice all the way in Jersey. That dude's the business. Know what it is, Matty? For real. All right. Let's keep it going, y'all. Listen, it has been an incredible night so far. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, all the way out on the West Coast, Pacific Northwest to be exact. We heard Bill Elkins this evening. We heard Baba Ngoma. And now we are about to get our week put in balance. This incredible musician does something with his voice, his instrument, that is so incredibly unique. It has no other name, but the one and only Joski C is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you, Joski. It is always great to see you, sir. Please, take it away.
Hey, Elemental, at Joski, see? Coming through?
Coming through like a rock star as usual, Joski. Take it away.
Wonderful. So, Ngoma's drumming kind of introduced this in a way. So I've had a pretty wonderful experience lately, an opportunity to play music with a young drummer that has really kind of blown my mind. And we played a full-on gig back on the Equinox, played for more than an hour straight, and he was just so on. So one interesting thing is there is a huge difference in our ages. And for me, that's been a source of joy and something to celebrate. So over the past 2 or 3 days, I've been writing this. And this is called Ode to Jack. Consider the ocean, always in motion. Consider the moonlight, pulling on water. I met a man with sticks in his hand. He's measuring moments, keeping time. How can I be half a century older? How can it be he can hear me? How can it be waves that rock the ocean deliver the rhythm? Time is an ocean, always in motion, pulled by the moonlight, faster than moments. Sticks in the skins are where it begins when hearts are in rhythm, keeping time. How can I be half a century older? How can it be he can hear me? How can it be waves across the ocean deliver the rhythm? Waves of water, waves of light, waves of rhythm tonight. Time is an old friend, coming to measure all of these breaths we taken together, all of the tears we cry like an ocean, all of the songs sung with devotion. How can I be half a century older? How can it be you can hear me? How can it be waves that rock the ocean deliver the rhythm?
Yo, give yourself a second to breathe, to catch your breath on that one. Damn it, Joski. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Joski. See?
And your music is so good. It's so good. Thank you so much.
Bravo, Joski.
So powerful, the way the message behind it, and the way you're using the guitar, the instrument, it's just so powerful. Oh my God, I'm so glad we get to enjoy this every Thursday here with you, Joski. You're amazing.
Yeah, I was kind of caught off guard by the sort of different category of mood you were riding with this one. It was much more wistful and unconflicted, although there obviously was some conflict in the piece. So I found it the fury factor had subsided some, and it was just a very, very what's the word in Spanish? Placentera. The pleasure of the placid feel was really there. I really enjoyed that, Joski.
And I was really struck by, Joski, your passion for the drummer and your partnership. There was a day, I believe, in this country where people would never even dream of talking to an older person. And to know that he had respect for what you had to offer, and it's an agelessness about it. So I thought that was really beautiful.
You know, I'm literally 55 years older than this young dude, who happens to be 16. He's got 5 more years before he can buy a beer. And this guy is such an amazing musician. So it's been a very cool experience for me.
I think art does that to people also, the sharing of it.
So I'm from a time where I heard people say, never trust anyone over 30. All right? Right? The fact that you're rocking with a cat at 16 who can keep up with you and what you do and the pace and the energy that you produce, the only thing missing, Joski, is your daughter singing. Oh, I have not forgotten, sir. I have not forgotten what your daughter does. Her voice is magnificent, and when she plays with her, when she sings with her dad playing, it's angelic. Listen, man, Joski, you almost have a cheat code when it comes to energy, when it comes to lyrics, when it comes to playing your instrument. You say, consider the ocean, pulling on water, deliver the rhythm. Time is an ocean. Your voice sounds like the waves. they push and they pull. It's so calming. I continue to say, folks, this is why I always say when Joski comes up, we are about to get our week put into balance, because Joski's voice sounds like the waves. If you've been to California, if you've been to one of the coasts and you hear the water pushing and receding, it sounds like Joski's voice. Right? Faster than moments. Time is an old friend. Damn it! Where was I? Where was I when you came up with that line, Joski? Like, time is an old friend? Ah, timeless, Joski. Timeless. The way that you and your instrument have this symbiotic relationship is truly magnificent, sir. Truly. Thank you for continuing to share it with us. I look forward to hearing your daughter's voice again. Shout out to Deneen for both of them, giving you all the energy to continue to do what you do. Magnificent, Joski. Thank you, sir. All right. Yo, real quick, let me shout out a couple folks. Shout out Cammie, shout out Ronell, shout out Yasmin, shout out Lisa, shout out Marie, shout out Yun, shout out Poetic Desire, shout out Godchild, shout out our resident member of the Starship Enterprise, Mr. Garland Thompson, and shout out the chameleon poetic Terry Rose Jertson, 1/3 of the Jersey Trinity. Always love to see y'all. All right. Coming up next, yo, this incredible gentleman. Let me tell y'all about this cat. I like to call this cat the Earth Spirit. Seriously. This gentleman, author of The Impromptu of Love of Music and his newest released Animals, is such an incredible poet. You can hear the earth. You can hear the streams streaming in every one of his stanzas. Trust and believe. You're about to understand why. The one and only Ray Whitaker is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemen2al, for that nice introduction. I always appreciate that, and I really appreciate it. I want to stick to the theme tonight when we, night shift, and there's a whole nother night shift that gets forgotten every morning, and that's the one in dreams. A lot of people just don't remember them, and then some of us do. So I have 2 pieces tonight about dreams, and the first one is called In Dreams. Long and dusty, a road leading to somewhere else. This, a place unspoiled by human waste. Road leading both in and out in that place of God's embrace. Then loosely configured rooms with no definitive order or placement of furniture, cabinets, chairs, and sofas. Time passing. Every piece moved from one day to the next, yet there was a purpose in the definition of the room. A dream sat in a chair just there, pouting to be remembered, pouting this would never be. The dreamer wanted to remember, while the dream wanted to be remembered. Even so, memory being fallacious, akin to some sort of blood-brain barrier inhibiting passages of the traces. Different dogs, some blue, some yellow, smiling dogs happy on mountain trails at elevation. A wristwatch appears on a giant arm, index finger on opposite hand, tapping it, notifying time's a-wasting. Dogs on a leash pulling, topping a rise, seeing the valley below, a tranquil white house beside the bluest alpine lake. Under a cloudless blue sky, a sunset just starting to the east. Noticing a porch light coming on, we hurry down the downward switchbacks toward a quiet interlude with yellows and reds. Yeah, that's my first one on dreams. And this one is called Dangerous. Work had ended in the evening. Returning home, leaving his long tenure at the hospital behind, he's had a stiff one, maybe two, before stirring yesterday's leftovers on the stove. Loading the dishes into the dishwasher, thinking about having another one, and didn't. Later settled into the overstuffed chair, blue light of the TV illuminating the room. Blinking, he gave his golden retriever a rub. Both of them slept peacefully then, easily, their usual quiet evening drawing to a close. He dreamt of the war. He was young again, running away from the danger close enemy, back there in the trees following. He could hear the sounds of footfalls pursuing, soft slaps of packs moving toward him, and quiet Vietnamese spoken. Almost panicked, he knew there were several of them in that patrol in pursuit. Suddenly splashing out into open water, through the stream in the jungle, lush green aggregation hemming in the run from both sides as if back on the Cape Fear River. A long, straight stretch in front where a clean shot could be taken at him, no matter which side he might be on. He couldn't let the enemy gain advantage. Born in the backwoods of country of North Carolina, he sought a woods trail away from the danger of that long shot, waiting for the dark to come when Mercury was in the sky, once into the green lushness again, taking cover behind a big log on the ground. He leveled his M16 and waited. He dreamt of the war again and again. The war dreamt him, as all wars do, the surrealness sealed in the soldier, who will only be in his dreams to the end of his days, especially those now, these needing no rifle to carry. The morning brings his return from sound sleep, no longer wearing the sword belt of Damocles, not rowing the Viking ship towards hapless coastal Britons. He has slept well nonetheless, combat having long ceased dominating his forged crucible of experiences. Leaving his morning coffee cup on the kitchen counter, ready now for the bright dawn of a new day, to go to the hospital and serve the greater good, meeting the needs of those stricken by illness. Thank you.
Yo, again, this is why I call this cat the Earth Spirit, because he just does it in such a way that it just makes you feel it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ray Whitaker.
Bravo. Bravo, Ray.
Well, that first one, by the time you started talking about the different colored dogs, it's reminded me like looking at a Hieronymus Bosch painting where there's just this tumult of surreal stuff going on that was so kind of felt like I was right in that dream. And the second piece was really, thank you so much. That was so eloquent, and you worked this kind of technical compression where just to illustrate how you know a person's living this dream over and basically going through a whole war before they even walk out the door in the morning. I just found that a stunning technical feat to pull off in that poem.
Thank you, Paul. On the first one, I start my most mornings by trying to write down what I remember of my dreams. Sometimes I'm successful and sometimes not, but like that first piece is actual dreams I had.
Mm.
And the second one I wrote a long time ago, but it's thank you for your comments.
So what you do, sir, and this is why I call this cat the Earth Spirit. Seriously. You can hear the river talking. You can hear the brook babbling. you can hear the animals. You can hear the wolves howling, right? I don't know how you channel all that energy, sir, but you do, right? A road leading to somewhere else. The dreamer wanted to remember, and then the way that you deliver your work, right? Listen, don't let this cat's smooth taste fool you, right? If you pull up on him in the venues that he rocks in, he will take a verse of yours and he will turn it into a whole poem with a live band. I'm not going to forget that, sir. I'm not, right? And then in the second poem, Dangerous, he said, couldn't let the enemy take advantage. Listen, when a rock stands before a waterfall, what do they say to each other? Right? And that's what your poems sound like to me. I'm gonna be here. I don't care how loud you roar. I don't care how hard you push. I'm gonna be here. Thank you, sir, for being exactly that. You're amazing, right? I heard a number. I heard a number this cat say one time, and I was like, there's no way. There's no way this cat's been around this long. But he's incredible. Thank you, sir, for doing what you do. We truly appreciate you. All right. Coming up next, the most eloquent writer I know, all the way across the pond where it's wicked late. I mean, wicked late. But this gentleman, he has a connection with love unlike any other I've ever seen. Even Love's siblings are jealous of the relationship that this gentleman has with Love. You're about to find out why I say that. The one and only Lantern Carrier is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always a pleasure and it's always great to see you, my brother. Please, take it away.
Thank you, my brother. The same here. Details in the chat. Sometimes life's intricate struggles can be a canopy for night and day, drawing parallels to the challenges of the graveyard shift. One feels the profundity of darkness, the weight of insecurity, the stains of deep remorse. Ghouls come in the guise of tormented voices, and one lives as if collecting flowers while being stung by nettles in disguise. Thorns present themselves as roses, and dreams become transient memories stuck on the shadow of bones of those who lie in cemeteries. On some graveyard shifts, exhaustion wears suits so elegantly it gets mistaken for the immaculate. Yet one may become as threadbare as worn-out tires. To be burdened with the truth is no joke, and guilt can be a choker of breaths or a labyrinth where all the exits are akin to an encircling graveyard watch. I may moonlight on shifts as scary for my health as burial grounds, but there are life challenges needing to be appeased, tangled cobwebs I need to unmesh for the necessary means to provide solutions. On a graveyard shift, the ambience can be pregnant with silent noises accompanied by shadows that gives an anguished mind time enough to reflect on the whys of duty, calling so late at night, especially if the bodily temple is physically drained. Yet life itself is a tide of mariners, striving to find their way home. Love is the mirror, reflecting my own limitations. As such, night can also offer vision, a serenity of soul which feels like poetry, a voice, an image, a symphony to heal 1,000 sorrows, money playing a significant role in the equation. It is a time to enter the realm of the invisible, where boisterous thoughts recede, allowing honor to be greater than posturing, duty to become selfless love in the spirit of harmony and truth. This increases my joy, making the graveyard shift a blessing, not a curse. So be prepared to ascend at any moment in love, knowing that light conquers all, soaring through life in such a way that even the phoenix will note your fire. Let the flowers waltz in your sunrise, and the luminosity of heaven give thanks for a dauntless courage, rediscovering its purpose. Lantern says, "O love, you who lie in my sepulchre and in my life, shows mercy in my living room as well as my bedroom. Do continue to dance in my pleasure and in my pain, so I arrive at the supernal gates of the nameless one." Lantern Carey. Thank you.
Do continue to dance in my pleasure. God damn it, I don't know. He's so beautiful with it. Unmute yourself, give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Yeah, you got to teach me how to find my way to the gates of the nameless one. Really, I need to get to those gates of the nameless one.
There's truly one incredibly gorgeous line after another. Every time I went to write one down, then you were moved on to another one. I couldn't even, it was unbelievable, honestly. It's really, really, really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lantern, I feel like your poetry shows us the way.
Yes. Yes. Right? Like when you have such a direct connection with love, you show all of us the direction. You show all of us the connection, right? Like you're standing in you're standing in love's train connections, right? Like at the train station, you're like, "Oh no, love is the B train. Oh no, you're going uptown. Love is the C train uptown." Like it's just so amazing, sir, how you find love in every angle and every direction that you go in, right? Akin to a graveyard watch, right? Life itself is a tide of mariners. Lantern says, "Oh love." Like if I could only say it that way, if I can only conjure love the way that you do, maybe I'll be able to say it in that way. Maybe I'll be able to write it in that way. But as I said, you and love have such a relationship, sir. I don't know how you do it. Do continue to dance in my pleasure. I don't know how you do it. But it is beautiful. And I need you to do whatever it is that you do to maintain that connection with love, because you give us all of that love energy. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for doing what you do and continuing to share it with us. Truly. All right. Coming up next, this cat just came through the building. And listen, this cat right here runs his own show, right? Poetic Church in the building. I love when this cat comes through because he always finds a way to connect his own creativity with his poetic energy and gives us something that we didn't know we needed all along. The one and only Nashawn the Dawn is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. Always great to see you, Nashawn. Come on, man. Take it away.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. I can be found on Instagram under Nishana Dawn, or under True Human Under God, or under Vibe Sessions Open Platform VSOP. I just have one poem that I'd like to share for you tonight that has never been shared in an open mic. The name of the poem is called Love's Challenge. Broken down by seducing tactics, loss of balance, self-control, the challenge. What comes too easy ain't always worth it. The real difficult thing, the challenging things, are the more important things. It's easier to find a whore willing to play with a whoremonger than for one seeking love before sex to actually find and accept it, usually they reject it, not understanding it. Feminine wiles distract mentals and well-meaning intentions. Gray sweats, not knowing me novice. Gray sweats, naturalness fucking with me. Gray sweats addicted, drawing me in, me loser losing. Yet intense desire for the holy hidden bush, losing me, losing self, and all senses for the holy bush, a metaphoric holy fire. My existence is to be the one obeisance. Daily desires distract internal simplicity, making it difficult to be boundless while constricted to boundaries imposed. So craved as dazed, confused, unused, unwanted, lost, and unfulfilled. Getting close to the end of self-imposed celibate state till 6/3 as a reflection of what I need for my heart, soul, body, mind, and spirit. Ending on parental 53rd anniversary, internally, I'm fucked. Too good to truly be the bad man, yet bad boys, rude boys, intrigue girls from the life. But will there ever be a time when we can be together, sobered in mind, getting past, and speak truth without games? I know your cleanliness. I see your goddessness. Yet I am the dirt demon with devilish thought, and you're the seducing addictive intention and emotionally elating blessing. The demon in me desired to taint the saint in you, with desire to be a sinner too. Yet I was raised to be a gentleman. Expressed action is heart's intention. Verbal expression is my actions backing. For you, my word is my bond. Fuck you. I love you. You say you don't want to change me, yet you're changing me without intentions. You say you're trying to build me up for the better, but you say you're building me for another. Fuck you. My intentions are you. Fuck anybody else. If you need something beyond me, I'm not the jealous type. My love is not jealous. You know, your presence is that new drug. Getting my spirits high makes my libido come alive with paranoia of how you will be without I, knowing that you don't know what I see when you're in my eyes. You truly are temptation for eyes, unshaven and gray sweats. I need 6-day rehab for withdrawal of your weekly presence. Last night, bipolar emotional rant came from you. I was mostly silent. If you feel uncomfortable for me to speak my truth, fuck you. I listen and learn the complexities and internalize your energies. You are a part of my, even without fulfilled intimacies. Every whispered breeze through the air is an expression of your name. My past is now forgotten. I hope you can do the same. Your past burdens, past pains, place upon my soul so you may not carry your pain alone. Need a fall guy? Blame me. I can take it. Love sometimes sneaks up on you like a gradual onset like symptoms of disease. The only cure of these love pangs, joint forces unforced merging of gang. Let's pretend we're married like a practice of time to see if you need and want me forever in your life. Your tears showed your spirit, naked and exposed, revealing unmasked inner soul. Me, trying to self-murder the man I was before, suicide the former, I, the old me, nevermore. I know I'm exposed, though the ring's in your nose. It's as if it's in mine and I'm harnessed bull, pulled by nose ring. You got me open. Memories made sometimes unspoken. My spirit without your energy, I feel broken. Thirsted and caged, or from quenching object of desire. I am famished, fulfilling fantasies. It's you I want to please. Me, a love klutz, fearing not to just losing self, but losing you after touch. Totally off balance from love's challenge. And that's that piece.
Yo, a love klutz? A love klutz. Damn it. Damn it, if that's not an original line, if I ever heard one. Unmute yourself, give it up for Nishawn the Dawn.
Woo!
I love klutz.
Yeah, first off, the things I've heard you do here previously, you were doing with this kind of soft touch for the most part. So I really appreciated this piece where you really just weighed in with the heavy, deep, sonorous bass voice you have. That was a real experience, a sonic experience to wrap that poem in. And that poem, I have to say, you got it's just such a complicated, complex dynamic you were illustrating in that poem. It wasn't the usual, I hate you, you love me, we had a big fight kind of thing. It was this really detailed, complex dynamic you're going into, and these lines like, makes my libido come alive with paranoia. That is a really complicated set of emotions there. I think that just takes a huge amount of kind of spiritual talent to be able to plumb that emotion to that fine amount of detail.
It was written from a muse that I had in my life who I fell for, and she told me not to fall for her. And the synopsis was what this piece came into be.
Hold on. When a muse tells you not to fall for them, but you still use them as a muse. Like, that's like, to me, that sounds like every waterfall. That sounds like every ocean. That sounds like every river flowing through the hardest of times, telling you, don't write about me. I'm just here for the moment. Don't write about me. I'm not here permanently. Don't write about me. I am not your muse. Don't write about me. You are the muse. Gosh. Like, this is why I love poets, man. This is why I love poets. A metaphoric holy fire, right? Let's pretend we're married. Like a practice of time. Trying to self-murder the man I was before. A love klutz. Like, that line is just, it's so beautiful. A love klutz. Like, I'm such a love klutz around you, all I can do is stumble over my tongue. Like, gosh, man, that's amazing, sir. That's amazing. I appreciate the fact that you do it, and you do it left on the guaranteed list and 4 on the good luck round. Coming up next, Outlaws in the building. Shout out the vets in the building, Semper Fi. Listen, there are lots of people in this poetic world, but there are only few who do what this cat can do. By his own words, the poet laureate of future. I like to call this cat the poet laureate of earth. The razor blade that razor blades shave with. Hashtag mouth of a Marine. Hashtag get your ass ready for this shit. Hashtag the one and only CP Mays in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, folk. You know what it is. Take it away.
Hello world. It's I can be found IG and Facebook at CP Mays, one word. And we can get up and cause some good trouble together, as our buddy used to always say. So, yeah, shout outs to Megas. Here's a new poem. Well, not a new poem, something from the manuscript. It's called For Jane. For Jane. The dog didn't eat your homework, but the poverty line did. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry that's an honest truth to be trusted in as much as Jesus Christ trusted in God. You went from Thunderbird to Tennyson, back to Thunderbird, from paternity test to paternity test, spent more time with Yeshua when you should have been 401k hustling, also amen shuffling resumes on careerbuilder.com. Meet God halfway, some would say. I say riding shotgun with your religion sometimes comes with an expensive ass car note. Pay what you weigh for peace. You prayed it be paved in your everyday passion. Jane, you were born with a pulse full of it. Dropped out of college with a pocket full of cancerous problems. You ovarian heroin, hard times, heavy heart beating you to hell. You still held up heaven when your massive tears left your neck too weak to walk upright with a thrift store halo. You are baked dinner chicken and foil paper for your family fabulous. 5'4" brunette with brown eyes. Our souls spoke slowly over flu shots on the 6th floor inside of a Veteran Affairs hospital. Miracles are the only meds that the Messiah issued us at that moment. And Jane, I'm not sorry for that. Between the both of us, maybe we could have mustered up enough change to rewire, reset, and return policies for all of these reoccurring nightmares in our brain. Jane, passion and pain. I was also born with a pulse full of it. Post-traumatic stress disorders and survivor's guilt. I have a firecracker fist fight for a heart. A sincere fuck you that I can't edit, embedded inside my Marine Corps reasoning. Whatever forced me into giving up riding shotgun, forced me into forgive me. Now it's Nirvana, a motherfucker go nuclear. I'm made mostly out of pipe bombs and barrels of gasoline, made mostly out of mushroom clouds and fluid second finger sign languages. We've been paying for life for so long that we both can't really afford to die. Miracles are the only meds the Messiah issued us in that moment. And Jane, I'm not sorry for that. Poem. Appreciate y'all.
So that's what you're gonna do. So that's what it is. You're just gonna come through and just blow up the whole spot, huh? Got you. Me just give it up. CP Mays.
CP. Oh,
Wow.
that was amazing.
CP Mays in the house.
Yeah,
Only
give
one that I know.
pass me some of those Messiah miracles, please. Thanks again, CP.
That was hot tonight, man. That was just hot.
Change it. Yeah, thank you. I came across it. I missed the manuscript for deadline for PGNs, which I host this Sunday. Poetry Global Networks, Bottoms Up, Sunday, hit me up. Starts about 12 p.m. No, 11 a.m. New York time because we go by 4 p.m. UK time. But I missed the deadline. And it broke my heart, but I discovered some poems that have been sitting in there, you know? So it was good. Like, I'm upset, but I'm not too upset because I found some good stuff. So, yeah, thank you.
Good stuff, man. Like, this dude is always, digging in his own crates. He's always working on his own work. Always trying to, like, get it right. Right? If there's nothing else I know about this dude, his work is so suicidal line. Like, I'm telling you, and I know that may not sound like the best, but the way that this cat writes, the way that he works his work, it's dangerous, folks. I promise you. It's dangerously beautiful in the best of ways that only CP Mays can do. Ovarian heroin? Did you say that? Fuck. Like, fuck. Like, you're like a grenade pin. That God is what do you call that? I can't remember what we used to do when you're cooking it. Right? Yeah, you're God's grenade pin when he's cooking it. Like, yeah, you're ridiculous. Appreciate you, man. For real. For real. You're just ridiculous, man. Okay. So listen, we had to make room for some folks. And we're gonna make sure that we make room for the folks. Storm God's in the building. Shout out Paul Conqueso in the house. Listen, this next cat coming up, this cat's been rocking with us for a while, man. He used to have the long locks. He used to be sitting down. He used to be standing up. But listen, anytime this cat comes through, he puts in work. I love when he comes through because you can always hear the progress in his work. The one and only Prince of P is in the building, y'all. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you, Prince of P. Always great to see you, man. Take it away. Like, I know he's on mute. We can't hear you, Prince of P, if you're rapping at all. There he is.
I'll be sharing 3 poems tonight. As I thrust inside her treasure chest, I hold for a second, feeling the grip of her planting in her soil, like if I was her gardener. As I venture into her cave further, I feel her allegories send shockwave to my spine. They speak to the power of her femininity, that like a magician brandishes its dazzling tricks, being slippery sweat, that tight grip it has. Now as we finish, we have like now as we finish, we have like 2 wolves at the moon. That's the first one. The second one is entitled, Tell Me How Long I Have Been on the Road That Winds on Forever, long enough to see past this allegorical cave I lived in. I was like the castaway stranded on the deserted island, so I thought, in these turbulent tides that didn't abide by no orders. Yet there was an invisible being guiding me on the trail of life in the gloom of my sullen days. Like a submarine, I rise from the waters. And the last one, Frail, Fred is his toiling soul, which endured yesteryear's tears. like decaying wood with basketball-sized holes and gapes and rooftops. The sole is brittle to the thread that falls to the floor. Yet, it can't be refurbished like wrinkled shoes by a shoe shiner, bringing back memories of the forged path he took, which carried wealth acquired, the knowledge of self. Who is he? It's a sensual man, a creative master, all learned while in his training sessions that life presented. At his end, he would tell all of his sins. Thank you.
Yo, every time I hear your work, man, it gets more in depth, more sensual, more dedicated to what you do, and I love it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Principe.
Hey, Principe. Spitting that royalty.
Hey,
Really?
good work. That's dope. That's dope. Welcome in myself, Collins, but that's dope.
Yeah, the delivery, you really got this delivery down so tight tonight, Principe. It's great to see you back here.
Welcome.
You know, it's not easy, right? It's not easy to come on this platform and do what you do and spit it the way that you spit it, right? Spit it for the whole world to hear it. It's not always easy for that, right? And listen, I could ask you that same question that you asked in your poem. Tell me how long you've been on this road. If that's not a poem in itself, right? Like a submarine, I rise from the waters. Man, come on. You do that every time you rip. You come up and you put in that work. And we are very thankful that you come through and you share it with us, man. Your work is always on point. Appreciate you, Principe, for coming through and sharing it with us, man. All right. Coming up next and closing out the guaranteed list, our resident Gilgamesh is in the building. Listen, anytime you have a gentleman who is connected with a symphony, you are in for a treat. This incredible artist on so many different facets will blow your mind, right? Prepare for the trip. That is the one and only Paul Skiff in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, Jedi Master. Please, take it away.
Oh, thanks. It's just so great to be here again with you all. So thanks for being here. I wanted to just start with a quote from Zoran Mamdani, who's a candidate for the mayor of New York City. And I guess this is kind of on theme in a sense. And I think he has something for us to all pay attention to when he says, "There is a darkness all around us. Sometimes it feels like a night that will not end. But it is at night that we dream best." And I just have these two poems. The first one is totally short, and it goes like this. How is Panky's hanky-panky different from Hanky's panky? And the main feature for the evening, this isn't really on theme, but this does come from the darkness underneath the toenail of my discontent. I want to skip the teleelectric orifice of common sense across public spheres, flat glassine surface, hyperventilating contemptuous lies proposed as newsworthy. Information's gullible hereafter in waiting room at The train station to ambiguity sneezes with certainty, a contradiction in character traits faithful belief cannot deliver from eternal hoodwink. Devolutionary social failings yank. Self-respect from privileged righteousness, motherly hate group of constituents, an appalling Darwinian paragon fit for display on Museum of Outrageous Plaza. An effort to install sanctity in regressive political philosophy expels appreciation from meaning anything but vindictiveness. If it was not for structural oppression on a global scale, tomorrow would come naked of told you so. Listening backwards, happenstance explains stare worn by eyes, astonishment reveals at first communion in the segregated economy of whiplash. Either or puts a standstill to knowing for sure. So do not count on being clear in your own mind about what to say regarding the decision you made to just remain immobile and experience not really knowing. If what is called beauty is descendant of the ideal, it will depend on instantaneous recognition to plumb the silent lesson you internalized prior to your first monosyllable. About nonsense putting things right in the order of metaphysical balance only, waiting for unhuman determinants is known. What clicks between two thoughts, then, instead of being in the moment, is one more multiple universe proliferating omnidimensional fun facts about the disempowering, unsympathetic force of nature known as time. I'm happy to be lost in the possible because infinity is part of letting go. You cannot count me with numbers. Unpredictability is the different outcomes that unreality only stand for each guess about the diamond facets of truth. Put this all away in a constative that has no instructions for who you should be within the equation of its rhetoric. The nihilism of having accepted dull everyday life with its misdirections and mistaken priorities is normality the paycheck proposes to compromise with sanity and relegate "how are you" to imperfect grammar aloud because there just is not anything different to be had. Will we ever overcome the soul nausea that bluffs us with a diminished version of humanity? Your face abducted by parasitic menu of tiny little yellow circles that impostor deep emotions now squelched by sub-program of control, a kind of digital spirit amputation. Do not wait, hey. Do not wait on the entire world to throw itself out for knowing better. Rediscover your original self. Transform shape of this world. Take your own advice.
So you are just going to take the mantle of being the guru of the universe? As I said, a resident Gilgamesh. This is what this dude does. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul. Skip.
I think I heard you speaking one time when I was tripping. You know.
Woo. It almost sounded like he was speaking a language back to the future. But I'm not sure because I don't know what the future is going to sound like. But I'm pretty sure it's going to sound like Paul Skiff. Sir, what you do, it transcends time. And I've said that for years, man. And you've been rocking with us for years. The only cat that I know who is published in the original New Eurekan Poets Cafe anthology, allowed from the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. The way that you pin your lines, it's like you're thinking eternity from the onset, right? Unhappy to be lost in the possible. You cannot count me with numbers. Tomorrow would come naked if I told you so. Like, for real. Like, I need all of y'all to understand and recognize where Paul Skiff is coming from. A lot of us don't always know where that is, but it is from a very, very real place. And I thank you, sir. Seriously, thank you for sharing that with us. Everyone does not have that connection to that creativity, but you do. And I thank you for sharing it with us. One of the best in the business who continues to do it and do it and do it well. And we continue to learn from them. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. All right. We have reached the good luck round. Let's get to it. Coming up next, this cat, I like to call the captain of the street team. Had a conversation with him today. This cat is truly, truly genuine about his artistry. He is truly, truly authentic in what he writes and how he writes it. I appreciate you for the miles that you put in, for the work that you put in. As I said, captain of the street team, shout out poet, the one and only inspiration in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
Poet, yeah, you can find me on social media. You can find me under Inspiration now on Facebook. Inspiration with the dash from the I and the N. Still under Craig Larson as well. Instagram, Inspiration 1899. That's IN.SPIRATION. I'm gonna hit y'all something with a little different, Since I'm recently single, this is like my reintroduction to a lady that I like, you know, so to speak. It's kind of like the reintroduction to me in a single life. Walk with me, talk with me, sit with me, and let me spill some conversation upon your ear, then respond to me. Let the words that make up your answer roll off your tongue, fall out your full gloss lip, and let's dip. Come on, baby. Eye for eye for business. Love and hustle, never understate. We're both players in this game. Just concentrate. But if you're playing in the sandbox, and help me build a castle or two. If not, I'll do it myself. Just leave me alone. But honestly, I kind of like you. But it's been a while, you know, since I've turned on the slow jams late at night, put together word puzzles about how I feel about a woman that I want to approach. I mean, come on, damn. It's really beyond your silky hair and your thick thighs, beyond your gorgeous eyes. I mean, it's more than your energetic life smile and your hustling ways. I mean, I respect the skills that pay the bills. That's nice. You deserve the ice and all the flowers given to you and the smiles God delivers to you. Because when you smile, I can see that God delivers through you. The presence of your presence. I just want to be present in your presence. I want you to want me to be present in your presence. equally gifted in different lights and realms, though in your essence, I see the same hunger to survive as me, to stay alive like me. I'm working, I'm raising a crew out of nothing to get something, to travel around this world, to see something. I could tell you want to slow down and relax, look like me. You just trust nothing. Because 9 to 5s don't pay enough for what you know. Good times become fines in a court date. You don't want to reside. So outside in the hustle, you remain. You playing the game how it goes. Yeah, you keeping the refrigerator full. And every month you at the store with new shoes on your feet because you playing in a game that don't sleep. You see me in the sandbox. I told you I'm working on building castles too. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You help me, I'm gonna help you. Eye for eye is the business, love and hustle, never understate. We both players in this game, just concentrate. But if you're playing in the sandbox, then help me build a castle or two. If not, I'll do it myself. Just leave me alone. Well, honestly, boo, kind of like you. That's that piece.
And told you before, man. You can't come through with all that love and Love Jones type shit, man. Because we can't keep up with all that. You know what I mean? Unmute yourself. Give it up for inspiration.
Time to dust off the game, Craig.
Let us know how many second dates you get.
That was from the heart, man. That was great. That was from the heart, you know.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate you.
For sure. What that sounds like to me, man, is it sounds like as the thunder is rolling outside my window, what it sounds like to me is like when the cat's like, "Oh, you ain't heard this," right? And I got one up here. I could pull it down. When somebody pulls out the record and they right, and they sit it on the record and they put the needle down, right? like, nah, you're not ready for this one. I only pull this one out on special occasions, right? That's what that poem sounds like to me, man. And I love the way that you approach poems like this. Really, you're so heartfelt, you're so genuine, and it comes through with every single line, right? I done told you about coming through with that shit, man, because then everybody else got to try to keep up with that shit, man. For real, for real. Like you got the original fucking King of Blue fucking record from Miles. You know what I mean? It's just like really dope, man. Really, really, I appreciate the fact that you love making love to people with words. Right? And that is such a lost art, right? It's usually just people looking for the bag or, you know what I mean, looking to climb into whatever, man. But the way that you love the approach, it really comes through with that. And I really appreciate you for taking the time to describe it like that. Truly appreciate you, man. That's work. Appreciate you. All right. Coming up next, yo. Come on, Nikki. This artist right here is always a bit gun shy when she comes to the mic. She is newer to our community. She has definitely come through and shared multiple times, but she's still kind of just like, I don't know. So make sure y'all show her love. The one and only Nicole Johnson in the building. Come on, Nikki. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Come on. Take it away.
Can y'all hear me? Hi. Hi. All right. Hi. Yes. Like Elemental said, I am a little bit gun shy, but I think that's just a part of my personality. That's just who I am. But I have 2 pieces tonight. I know we have 3 minutes. I don't think it'll take more than that. But just looking for honest feedback. But okay, so the first piece I have is called Prayer Warriors. So in my past life, I didn't hesitate. I hurt the ones that I love, not out of malice, but from a heart ruled by pride. The narcissist in me held the reins, driving me to madness. I felt the beast without a thought, never seeing who got caught. The devil made me do it, just something we say. The truth is, I chose to lie, to cheat, to steal, and still they prayed for me. Hands clasped, knees bruised, their voices rose when mine faltered. They hoped I'd find the light, that I'd wake to a new day, but I didn't listen. So God began calling them home, slowly at first, then like thunder rolling in succession. I hit the ground hard. When my trust fall failed, like Icarus, I soared too high, and they were no longer there to catch me. Only then did I feel the weight, the echo of the pain that I scattered like ash. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to go, but God isn't finished with me yet. Even as He called you to a higher calling, though I now can't see you, my eyes are fully opened. You've gone ahead. Prayer warriors return to heaven, not gone, but standing guard before me above. That's one. And then I have another one. This next one is called Lyrics of My Life / Soundtrack. Could you love me, the real me, not the mask I wear? I lose my breath. I'm not pretty, not a model citizen, but I am woman enough. Could you love me, knowing I may never be yours, flawed but loving? Respect me. Even if we must wait for the next lifetime, still, forever and ever, I'll be faithful, forever and ever. Amen. Open ocean, no more words. When I'm with you, I let it out, all cried out. I pray these tears don't take me too deep. Sharks swim in these deep waters. I cry myself to sleep. Face sweet and salty with confusion. The love songs, situations, celebrations, neon moons, dead ends, saints and sinners, sometimes the same. I'll be all right. Boundaries set and unset. All my thoughts rush like rivers. It's okay not to be okay. Let it rain. I sit alone, no room for the lonely. Tears fall, they aren't coming back. Broken dreams run with the shadows. Cowboys and Indians ride through memories beneath the flickering neon moon. Get low. Chi-chi legs running from explosion and fights, always falling too deep. Love is patient. Love is kind. I fight like a warrior and dream like a river. Jukebox melodies hum. I'll never reach my destination if I never try. Yet the rivers run dry. Sail my vessel past the house of the rising sun, down in New Orleans, where my mother met father. She's a rebel, he's a soldier, battling through the Civil War rights. The devil went down to Georgia. The lights went out, but the devil stayed. Falling, she wasn't my shadow. She already had her shine. She was always my hero. I am because she was. Did I tell you you're my hero? On the road again, she always told me. Get back on the road again. Love and happiness, jealousy and confusion. I lose control. Not good at being alone. Can you stand the rain? Storms will come. Are we strong enough to stand against a hurricane? High pressure bus pipes. Can you survive when it gets wet? Can you hold your breath when the waters rise? Minority Report? Refugee? No, I'm from here. Do you know me? You don't. You assume. You stereotype. Where are the Black dreamers? The ones who refuse to mold. When my life is low, I remembered the world will always change again. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. If you want to make a world a better place, I have to start with myself. Look at the man in the mirror. Mirrors show my reflection. Like a vampire, sometimes I can't see myself. Tomorrow isn't the fairy tale I dreamed. Real life hits different, and that's okay. Maybe I saw it better in another multiverse. Done.
Come on, spit that multiverse shit. Like, come on, spit that love multiverse shit. That's how you do it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Nicole Johnson.
You know what I found so amazing is beautifully vulnerable. All of us talk. Like I don't think I could ever express the depth that we were able to do. Whoever you were talking to within, I found it so meaningful in that way and so real. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, really, that second piece was so effective to me because I really like the technique of you use mostly through the whole poem these very short lines, and they just keep piling up and piling up and piling up to this wonderful poem. It's a very economical way to kind of report sort of your observations and feelings and thoughts. I just found that a very, very effective way to write the poem.
Thank you. Yeah, it's like there are times where I just get into deep thought or I'm like listening to music and I'm just like, yeah, like how many times do we listen to a song or a song touches us? And even here where where artists sing their songs, I'm like, yes, I get that. That's me. I know how that is. I know what that's like and it resonates with me. So I just wanted to put like those things together, and it really is the soundtrack of your life. Like if I could be walking down the street, there would be a certain song playing or at different times in your life. So it was important to me to put that on paper and just kind of write that.
It definitely comes out that way, right? As the Jedi Master was saying, it kind of these heavy hitting one liners, right? And they continue to build upon each other, and it does tell a complete story about whether it be the prayer warriors or just how you started the second poem, right? Could you love me, the real me, right? But still woman enough, right? The neon moon, saints and sinners, sometimes the same. Oh, like twin flames. Like I just love it. Broken streams run with the shadows, right? Where are the Black dreamers? Where are the Black dreamers? Sometimes these are the poems that we have to write. As I've said before, and the folks who know me, these are the poems that we have to write. We have a great time writing about themes and writing about, happy-go-lucky things, but these are the poems that we have to write. These are the poems that are clawing out of our spirit that need to be written. Great job. Excellent work. Always grateful to hear your poems. Great job. Don't be a stranger. All right. All right. Coming up next, this incredible artist. Listen, let me tell y'all about a poet's poet. This incredible artist has been writing and writing and writing, and whether it be a 6-word memoir, what do you call those? She'll tell you. 6-word memoirs. She is so on point. Listen, the Pisces of Pisces, she just freaking works, man. Shout out Godchild. This incredible artist has been rocking with us for some times, and she puts in the type of work that you will definitely remember. I see my man Godchild like, yeah, all up in that mix. You know what it is. The one and only Poetic Desire is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, East. Please take it away.
Yes. All right. Poetic Desire, Poetic with a K, Instagram and Facebook. And yes, 6-word memoirs. You just write 6 words and tell a story just that way. 6wordmemoirs.com as Poetic Pisces. All right. Awoken from slumber, I roll over to glance at a clock that reads 2 in the morn. I've come to find myself in a pitch black room as I notice not a single glare emanates from the street side lamppost. Darker than the deepest sea caverns, darker than a black hole in space, my eyes dilate in and out, trying to adjust to the absence of illumination. A shortage of electricity for a moment gives a glimpse of what life must be like to live like the Amish. For as I tumble out of bed, fumbling through unlit, claustrophobic-like hallways, blindly seeing my way through the obscurity of the night, awaiting to unsuspectingly trip and fall over lingering cluttered masses which seek their dwelling amongst the floorboards. Dim-sightedly groping my way through a residence of hushed stillness, a familiar rendezvous place takes shape where family convenes. It comes into focus as I stroll to a nearby window in search of a single glimmer of light. As I peer through the window pane, hear the pitter-patter of the rain, a steady rhythm of the dead of night's sweet lullaby, as if orchestrated on cue, plays on through the I just lost my, hold on. As if orchestrated on cue, plays on accompanied by the sounds of the night. Familiar sounds secret to my senses when overshadowed by distractions in the light of day, echo loud and clear, senses now awakened, attuned to abnormal sounds which, when later processed later in my mind, realize how normal that scary sound really is, setting my frazzled nerves at ease. Those whispering howls in the winds drifting throughout a city of slumber, the faint sound of a train's warning signal is deafening to the night owl's high-strung ear. The splashing of puddles along the road as cars cruise through on their way to work or home from those graveyard shifts, such nocturnal mystic vibrations resound through the evening air. In the mask of darkness, I sit here, staring into the blanket of night. As a flood of light seeps through the drapes, walls are lit by a dance of shadows from passing headlights, swirling images glide along the walls like a kaleidoscope of colors, a baby's nightlight of images which keeps naive minds entertained when the Sandman fails to bring sweet slumber. Denied the use of mechanical devices to light my way, to entertain my idle mind, nothing but incoherent thoughts are left to occupy my time, keeping my weary psyche company. Glancing once more through the window to a world illuminated by Mother Nature's moonlit cast skies, I find pleasure in nature's late night beauty. So let me fumble my way back to the protective comfort of my bed, surrendering to the stillness of the night as I drift back to sleep, watching the walls dancing kaleidoscope of colors, lulling me back to a world of dreams which now await to entertain my mind through the darkness to the rising of the morning sun. Good night.
Like, you just serenade the darkness in a way that no one else can. Come on, y'all. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Poetic Desire.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of wonderful circuit of consciousness to complete that way. I really liked that a lot.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones. I wrote it when I woke up late one night, and it's just listening to everything around me and all your senses, and I just I jotted it down and edited it to what you see now, and it's just, yeah, waking up in the middle of the night, poetic night owls, and just writing down what goes on in the night.
Come on.
Yeah, it also came off, I like the kind of urban feel of it too. I kind of have a taste for that. So that appealed to me also in the poem.
You know, there's something about the poetic night owls, like that should be a thing. Seriously. I was editing my poem, one of my poems at like 3 a.m. A couple nights ago, because I'm always up at 3 a.m. for some crazy reason. But it's real clarity that happens at those crazy hours. And even if you don't have a pen or a device in your hand, the voice and the words do truly come through at that time. The way you deliver your work, East, is very clear, right? And I love the fact that you said, I find pleasure in nature's late night beauty. Everyone doesn't, right? Some people are afraid of the dark. But I was talking to my man, shout out Ghostwriter again. You adopted the dark. I was born in it. Right? And when you're born in the dark, it just comes off very, very serious. Thank you, East, for doing what you do. Again, shout out Godchild. That dude's a business. Thank you for doing what you do, East, and all that you do and sharing it with us. Truly appreciate you. 2 more, and I'm going to say 3, right? Because I cannot let this dude get away. I can't. So, we're going to go to Terry. We're going to go to Yun. And then, of course, we're going to end it with the Storm God. Like you already know that, dude. Like, prepare yourself. Like, you already know. I don't, we're going to go over, but it just, you know what it is. All right. Coming up next, 1/3 of the Jersey Trinity, author of the Chameleon Chronicles. I love this poet. Let me just say that right there. I love this poet. She has been rocking with us for years. She has been like one of the anchors of this community, right? She was, she even, lit me a candle and sung me a song. Like, I truly, truly love this artist. She is one of just the pillars of our community. And you will hear her poetry, and it sounds so very real. As I said, 1/3 of the Jersey Trinity, the one and only Terry Rose Jertson in the building. Come on, Terry. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you. Please, take it away.
Wow, I forgot I did that for you. I think it was your birthday, right? I forgot. Anyway. So okay. On Instagram, it's the Chameleon Poetic, and my book is the Chameleon Chronicles. So hence that's where that came from. And on Facebook, it's just my name, Terry Rose Jertson or Teresa Rose Jertson, because Facebook did me, bad, and disconnected me, and then they reconnected me. Meanwhile, I made another account, so I have 2. Okay. This is kind of on theme. There they are again, the annoying sounds of spring bees buzzing around outside my window, birds chirping relentlessly happy, people turning it up in their cars, pulling up for long conversations with friends or drug dealers, loud ass engines revving up and down my street, the guy with the weed whacker outside my window, dude giving my teeth and fingers a cause to clench. As I lay still in my bed, futilely trying to catch up on my sleep. Wasn't there a story in the news about a guy running a weed whacker somewhere in the US and his neighbor, mad as hell, not going to take it anymore, came out and shot him? All I want is peace and quiet and There are extreme methods that I'm willing to go through in order to get it. Thankfully, I do not own a gun. But tensions are running high, people. Between the regular disappearing, kidnapping of children by ICE and the cop in Florida that got his dick cut off by his wife, now incarcerated for the correct crime, you got to be careful anywhere you go. To be safe, just stay inside. Don't go anywhere. Use self-isolation as a self-preservation tactic. And I have one more. So I'm up with insomnia and that feeling of upset from worry gurgling in my stomach. I gotta remember to pick up my meds at the Walgreens tomorrow before they close. I've grown weary of pills and society's ills, and I ask myself why, at one point or another, during the day or night, do I routinely think I'm acting myself? I know this shit skill, have a ever have a plan. It is not a desire to stop breathing. It's much more than that. It's a desire to disappear. Literal definition of ghosting. So, if my preoccupation with non-existence has more to do with the fact that I'm closer to death now more than ever before at my current age. I think it's because my all time. Should I blame it on the orange cloud leaving during 3 therapists around is hurting my mentality?
Oh, damn. Did we lose Terry? I think we lost Terry. Oh, my goodness. Listen, unmute yourself. Give it up for Terry Rose Jersey.
He was too revolutionary.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When it started getting too crazy, the internet's like, nah, we can't handle that. It's too much, too much. Too much for the bandwidth to handle.
Yeah, she was really working a great tone of voice tonight too. This kind of I've had it with everything but what the fuck kind of attitude that I so enjoy when she really gets into it.
I can't believe I missed the whole dick cut off thing. I was just in Florida. I'm pissed. I got to go back and read that shit. Some lucky Florida man.
Well, that's a good thing. It's a good thing about poets. You know, you can count on them to bring you the news you missed. Right?
Exactly.
No idea what just happened.
I think you got censored by the regime or something, right? They pulled the plug on you.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. What should I do? Should I start over?
Listen, Terry, listen, like we're here for it. Please. Like we're here for I don't know where you got cut off, right?
It might happen again. I'm afraid to start. I don't know what's going on. You know, we live in a very strange time right now, and anything is possible. It just seems like nobody has an explanation for anything. I mean, you can do pretty much, it's like, you know, anarchy, which I always wondered what it would be like to live in a country that was just anarchy and no like body really running anything. And I always thought we could do a better job of it. But there's still people running things that can't do a better job of it, and they're just fucking it up, basically, you know?
Yeah, it's anarchy caused by a regime of these dodos. The more I listen to these people, the more frighteningly dumb they are. I mean, the things they say make no sense at all, and it's just so whacked.
Yes.
Well, that last piece I was trying to read actually has a like funny kind of an ending to it. So maybe, I don't know, do we have time for me to go back and try and do it again, or?
Come on, Terry, finish it up.
Yeah, at least the last piece. Yeah.
Yeah, the last piece. All right, I'll try again.
Please keep in mind, folks, your mics are still open. All right.
Pray they don't get involved in my life again. If that's what just happened, I don't even know. All right, so let's see. Okay, where's the beginning? Okay, so I'm up with insomnia, and that feeling of upset from worry gurgling in my stomach. I got to remember to pick up my meds at the Walgreens tomorrow before they close. I've grown weary of pills and society's ills, and I ask myself why at one point or another during the day or night do I routinely think of unaliving myself. I know this is a shitty coping skill. I do not have a plan, but I imagine that may be the next stages of actually making it happen. Thankfully, I do not ever did have a plan. It is not a desire to stop breathing. It is much more than that. It's a desire to disappear. Literal definition of ghosting. I ask myself if my preoccupation with non-existence has more to do with the fact that I am closer to death now, more than ever before at my current age. Or do you think it's because my zest for life is reaching an all-time low? Should I blame it on the orange clown, leaving me wondering if having 3 therapists around is hurting my mentality? I always feel like my therapists are oversharing with me. I may be developing social anxiety. I'm afraid to connect with people and form long commitments for fear of disappointing them. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be here. I would not want to abandon the friendship or just be dead that one time when they really needed advice to maintain their sobriety. Another poet friend once asked me what they could do to improve their chances with women. I advised them not to announce how long it's been since they had sex on stage to troll the audience for offers. I said it's a desperation move, even though I thought it was funny. I long for days when I can just call someone up and go have a coffee, and typos weren't part of my daily communication, giving me a run for my money. Some of you remember the days of free love and non-committal sex. When I say free love, you say non-committal sex, or not. But this question remains. If I call you up for coffee and coffee is out, does that mean non-committal sex is off the table? That's my piece.
Come on, Coffee. Come on, Coffee. Come on, Coffee. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Terry Rose Johnson.
Some wild ass humor.
No wonder your therapist overshare with you. I can understand that now.
Yes.
You're just creating too safe a space for them.
And then it's one of the biggest cliches I used to remember from live readings was some hard up guy soliciting a hookup from the mic, before he does his poem.
Yeah.
You know, Terry, I absolutely love your honesty, right? I love how you have been giving us your true heart and your true spirit all these years, right? There is so much honesty in your poems. There's so much beauty in your poems. And you continue to share that honesty with us, whether it be from your book, whether it be, in your true, honest writing. Your work definitely speaks to us in so many different ways, and I'm thankful that you continue to share it with us. Don't be a stranger, Terry. Like for real. We truly miss your voice. Truly. Thank you, Terry, for sharing it with us. There is an exquisite corpse poem that I will read at the end of the evening. Thank you for all of you who have shared it, who have, got down with it. 2 more artists. Right, and I know, right? We're already 3 hours in, and I do my best to try to keep it under this time. But this is the greatest community in the world. Like, what can I do? So we are gonna go to Yun, and then we are gonna finish it off with the Storm God. Coming up next, this artist. Listen, these are the artists that I look forward to. Honestly, y'all. This artist has been coming to rock with us for some time. She hasn't shared her work, but she has been in the building sharing her energy with us. She has connected with me many times on the back channel about how she is not really sure how to share her work, or maybe that it may offend some people. And I've tried to reassure her that this is the space to do it. There is no censorship here, that she can feel comfortable doing the things that she needs to do and saying the things that she needs to say here. So I need y'all to really open your mind, open your hearts to hear this poet. Coming up next, this incredible artist is about to share her heart with us. The one and only Yun is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you. And listen, the warriors on your chest, it just gives you the strength to do what you're about to do. Great to see you. Please take it away.
So to find me on Facebook, it's Yun Sham Shackleton. And then to find me on Instagram, it's Yun Sham S. So that's, and I'm reading a poem, nothing political today. This one's about the fires. Palisades was one of the areas that got burnt down. So this poem's called Palisades. Small hands leave dirty prints on a transparent tank. The coral reef glows. Under the black light, blue tropical fish with a dash of yellow swim. Green gnawed polyps and orange petrified calcium delicately alive. Mini ocean bring joy, but are the fish and corals ethically sourced? After all, there is a black market pet trade no one talks about. When the fires came and burnt the building down to ash, did the water boil first or did the glass break? And then the next poem is a tanka, so it's like a longer haiku. If we could measure how much alcohol it took for organ failure, I would have tried to stop him drinking that very last drop.
Now that's how you show up and show out, man. I'm telling you. Unmute yourself. Give it up for you.
One of us. One of us.
Facts.
One of us.
Facts.
One
Come
of
on,
us.
man.
One of us.
Hey, one of us, hey, one of us, hey.
Yeah, that
That
wasn't so hard now.
That went crazy. You had some incredible lines in there. Please don't be a stranger to the stage, poet.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate the extreme economy and the work, and the lines were really kickers. So hope you come back and speak up again.
Thank you.
You are absolutely welcome here. As Fuego said, you are definitely one of us. You know, it's hard to do what you do. It's hard to speak your true mind, to really give your essence to this work. I know you see us do it, right? I know you see everyone in here and they give their work and they give their heart and they give all they can to it. And we make it look easy. But it's not. It's not. And you've been coming and hanging out with us for weeks and weeks and weeks, right? And you finally shared your art with us. Thank you for your fearlessness. Thank you for your dedication, right? And we look forward to all of the poetry, the artistry, and all of the energy that you are going to share with us in the future. Thank you for that. For real. It's amazing. Like your voice is amazing. Really. There's a black market pet trade that no one talks about. For real. For real. Thank you. And see, now you have a line to something that no one else talks about. I've never heard that line from any poet. Anyone else? Anyone else around here ever heard something like that? Nah. Yeah. We're here for it. And we're looking forward to the next time you come through and share with us. Thank you, Young. For real. All right, y'all. Hey, listen, I know. I try. I do my best, y'all, to keep it 2.5 and under. I do. I said I do. You know I do. But I have to end it with this cat. Storm God's in the motherfucking building. This dude right here, man, one of the originators. One of the cats that just, he takes it to another level, right? He takes it beyond the stratosphere, beyond the ionosphere, right? Smoking his hookah sphere. The educator in the building. He is the guy, man. Like, for real. Again, shout out the homie Storm Lake in the building. This dude, for real, he's just one of the originators, and you're about to find out why he gets so much love from me. If I set it on the left, he'll set it on the right. Trust and believe it. The one and only Paul Conqueso is in the building, y'all.
Thank you,
Let
brother.
these
Thank
folks
you.
know where they can find you, man. It's been too goddamn long, Fuego. Come on, man. Take it away.
I'm at the on all things that have an at. And I'm so happy to be here. I've loved everything that I've heard from everybody. All the poets have been killing it, being so like vulnerable, cutting themselves open. So I figured like I'm gonna do the same. The piece I was gonna spit is on theme. I didn't even know the theme until I stepped in the room, but it's alignment, right? So I'm gonna spit some shit. Storm God's in the motherfucking place, and Elle, you're doing an incredible job as always. This piece is called Somnambulism. Somnambulism. Noun. 1. The act or practice of sleepwalking. 2. The trance-like state of one who somnambulates. When I was 9, I began somnambuling. It started after the ambulance came to take my grandma away after cardiac arrested her. Caretaker left this earth yelling at us, and much as the image of watching her struggle for her last breath consumed, I couldn't bear to view her in that casket, clenching my eyes so tight at her wake, only to awaken each night a Lazarus at the witching hour where I necromance my lost ones while conjuring. I think this wandering was my coping device for horrors haunting me. Attempted to turn them to comedy, like how at 10 I was told I sleepwalked into Dad's kitchen and took a piss on his dining set as he witnessed me lift the seat cushion and conjure a steady stream, eyes wide shut while murmuring, "Gotta catch 'em all." Obsessed then with Pokemon, but I was the one turning ash before I could catch them. Ghosts, escape ropes, jogging memories of sleepovers at a relative's who forced me to sleep in her king-size waterbed, but child me would never guess he'd be molested by next of kin as vampire hands came preying on him, prey as he did, those bloodthirsty fingers still roaming comforter, no comfort for a boy, clenching eyes to count to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, dissociate. Hand over mouth to stifle screams, dying to leave conscious state, astral traveling. It's 3 a.m. again. And I'm 23, sharing a home with that very same beast. I rise from sleep while the whole house lie catatonic. I start zombieing on autopilot, but I sense steam rising to kiss my skin, open my lids to see. I've been twisting shower knobs in my sleep. The monster stomps the halls and I shudder, running back to the solace of my own locked door. Fast forward to finally finding a home of my own, a studio with my fiance then. My body again on somnambulist. I begin rambling, ambling, my partner panicking at this Walking Dead extra. I became Kanye, high off nitrous gas, twisting pilot light knobs blindly with eyes shut tight, and try as I might to escape noxious fumes of a past that consumes. These shadows possess me, undress me against my wishes and stretch me as I pull back the covers of night, try as frayed memories might to gaslight. I know my truth shall set me free. Ember singed skin sinking in, how I can't dress a wound with dissociation. Whoa, once again I am a child. I let go of everything I know, and nothing hurts anymore. I feel kind of free. We're still the kids we used to be. And I put my hand on a stove to see if I still bleed. And nothing hurts anymore. I feel kind of free. Then I awaken, facing my own two hands, twisting gaslit knobs on a kitchen stove. Flames kiss my fingers tip as embers hiss and kick. Pilot light ignites the flint. I blink, and traumas multiply into wildfire, an inferno of all I repressed. It's then grandma manifests, necromanced in flames, her face the same as ever bata and blonde vieja fro. I feel her shadow hug compress me, this Russian nesting doll of repression. It's then I cease running from memories in that kitchen. No pissing, no kidding, myself no longer a kid, myself frozen between turning gas range, left or right, fight or flight, face or dissociate. I find that 9-year-old boy inside and hold him so tight, reassuring I know what flames he had to face. Third degree burns between thighs, and since now I know how to soothe them, I can be caretaker to balm his bruises, loving out every wound that ever tried to consume him. As I steady my hand and turn the range knob left, extinguish the embers in my head, and head back to bed. And ever since then, I haven't sleepwalked again.
This fucking guy, like, I want to say like he's such a disappearing boy, but he shows up like a fucking hurricane every time, man. Unmute yourself, give it up for Paul. Go get so.
Yes, totally.
boy.
That was on point. Yes.
Yeah, but how do you know you haven't sleepwalked again? And if I'm ever your roommate,
Maddie would have told me by now if I sleepwalked.
I would have.
Yeah, this piece here, your rhymes are so sly. So many people just clobber you with their rhymes, but you kind of wear them really lightly and cleanly. And I think that really contributes so much to your flow.
It's unmatched, man. Like really, it really is unmatched. Been around the world, and I have still yet to find a cat that rocks like Paul Conqueso. But yeah, I also wanted to shout out Matthew Marroquin, who recently won the Monday Night Slam. Yeah. This he's like, yeah, I kind of won.
An accident.
Fuck an accident, bro. Fuck an accident. It's only sharks in that water. All right, there are no guppies.
No, Elemen2al, you don't understand. I wasn't on the list originally.
I know you were. Right? I know what it is, right? However, when you're in the building and when predators get down, when the real cats get down, it doesn't matter if you're on the list, whether it's an inch or a mile, a win is a win. Right? A win is a win. And this cat has been putting in the work. I'm telling you. If you don't know about Matthew Marroquin, make sure you plug into Guanaco Binge. This Ecuadorian right here, all the way from Iowa, continues to put in the work. I'm telling you, one of only a few who got into Rutgers MFA program this year. This dude is incredible, right? He is now moonlighting as our tech assistant for the online open mic. This dude's incredible. I'm telling you. Like it's just an all-star cast. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not bragging at all. But he's incredible. Listen, Fuego, what you do, man, is it's one of a kind. You're like you're like the poet laureate that no one knew was the poet laureate, because once they hear you, you mesmerize people. And then you have the nerve to fuck around and start singing. Like, I know everybody didn't get a chance to hear all of what this dude does, right? This dude could, AKA Paul Con Karaoke, all right? This dude puts in the work, I'm telling you. Appreciate you, man. For real. Storm God's in the motherfucking building. Every time he comes through, he rips it apart. Thank you, everyone, right? Listen, we may step into the cipher for a minute. But listen, all of you who have added to our exquisite corpse poem this evening has been absolutely amazing, right? Like, I know it's a new thing, it's a new wrinkle that we do, but y'all are absolutely amazing. I can't even tell y'all how absolutely amazing you are. But let me rip this, and then I'll rip the ending poem, and then we'll jump into the cipher, because we're like 10 minutes, and we'll jump into the cipher. So this is our exquisite corpse poem for the evening. The prompt was, if I was a vampire. I would kiss you eternal under a blissful moon, for every star to witness an end to a creature's hunger. I would sleep all day and party all night, but I won't bite anymore. That doesn't feel right. I'd sleep all day and play all night, have a bite before sun's rays, dressed in black, 'cause it's beautiful. Take that. I'd let your blood drip upon my crimson lips, sip of your eternal essence to escape effervescence, though I dwell beneath crypts. I demand, as a vampire Americans, to be given equal rights, only to find those taken away by conservatives at night. Maybe we're too woke for them. Just wait until I wake and bite. The night shift brings out all the animals. Vampires, only one of those. We worthy about the mountain lions, the anaconda, yet there is a different night shift. RTs sweating over the critical patients, ventilator, emergency room caring for the full moon, lancet people. Where or were they bitten by those horrific winged teeth? Maybe the anaconda is easier. The loneliness would consume me. So powerful, but so alone. So powerful and alone. So powerfully alone. So powerfully in myself that I call my brain roommate. That's why I love poets. Because you can take something so simple and make it so delicate, so powerful. Thank you all for doing what you do. From the opening poet, Eddie Foreman, to our closer, the one and only Paul Conqueso, and every eye inspiration and Bonnie Soloway in between. Thank you so much to Yun, to Poetic Desire, to Nashawn the Don, to Alan Gary, to Nikki, Francis Sharp. Thank you for coming through. I really can't thank you all. I really can't thank you all enough for being here and for making sure Thursday night stays as dope and as hype and as energetic as it has always been. Stay tuned for the cipher this evening. We're going to end the night like this until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, energize others, as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Till next week.